Alright. Okay. Wait, hold on. I almost forgot. Did all notifications go off? Did they? Yes, they did. Cool. Anyways, hello, welcome everybody to... What are we playing? What are we doing? Rain World. Yes, Rain World. That's the game. There I am. Yes, Rain World. Today we're going to be finishing up this game, just wrapping up the last few bits we have of it and all that stuff. So, fortunately, it's not going to be our usual playing a Saint or Survivor or Arty Farty or Mr. Ruffles or Spearmaster. I'm sorry, it's not Spearmaster, it's Buttsicle. I can't believe I forgot the actual name for that thing. Sheesh. But we will be doing something silly. And by silly, I mean something that's probably going to be absolutely fantastic. And that is the dating sim. So we'll be doing that, and we'll also be doing some Pearl reading, but we'll do that after we do the dating sim, just in case we don't actually get to make it. I don't know how long the dating sim is, so go ahead and get started with that. Hello, King, Marlin, Extremely Cool User, Fox and Knight, and Dazzy and Squipster. Welcome. Yeah, it's Martlet. Amazing, amazing Martlet. I absolutely love that game, so. Alright, trying to switch over to the game. Where is it? But yeah, so with this will be our... Honestly, this is the last stream that's going to wrap up all of our games. We wrapped up Elden Ring last stream, and we'll be wrapping up Rain World in this stream. And I was able to talk to my friend about the game that we'll be playing. Oh, hold on. I gotta remember where the heck this is. Hold on. Nope, not collections. There it is. This is it. Make it easier. Press D. Is this activated already? I swear this activates it, right? Let's see. If I click D. No. Hold on. Oh, there was a way that I looked it up how to do this. I think that applies it, right? Make it easier. Yes, it's real. Press D on the menu to open it from the sim. Press the pause button to return to the main menus. Okay. Click X on it. Click on the X. Oh, really? Hold on, let me do that over here first. Okay. I was like, let me just make sure I'm actually doing this right. Okay, yes. And then here. No, wrong one. Where is it? You must apply... Okay, apply mods. There we go. First continue to relaunch the game again. Okay, cool. Thank you. Alright. Hello, Guidance Master. And Killer is here. It's out of Jinx. But also, yes, please be careful with full caps. Please. Oh, do I need to restart? Oh, I thought they was gonna relaunch the game for me. Okay, it's not baby stepping me. Okay. Have you tried the TBD dating sim before? What is that? I suggest doing the silly stuff later, after the more serious stuff. My main focus was honestly just wanting to do the dating sim for the stream, so if we don't get to do it today, or get to the Pearl reading, I'm honestly fine with that. D! There it is! So, we'll do this first, and then, you know, it's also the title of the stream too, so people will be stuck in this first, and then we'll do the Pearl reading. Alright. Hello, visitors! Welcome! This Easter egg was inspired by the original More Slug Cats dating sim mod, but has no affiliation with the original creators. Okay. Or Andrew! Andrew's back. Right? Wasn't it a thank you, Andrew, or something like that for the last one? You've been through hell and back, but it's now time to atone for your sins and your past cycles. You must find a maid or die. Ah, yes! The cheese! I've never seen this game before. Rain World in general or the dating sim? Which one? Because this is your first introduction to Rain World, then oh boy. What a wrong stream to click on. The screen array pops up after ascending with this like cat. Really? Oh my god. So, okay, so, I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? I mean, just barely the beginning part we saw was horrible. Anyways, the cheese is here, finally! After all our pain and struggle, we get to have cheese! Alright, which direction do you head? I mean, always left, right? Always left. Left is the way to go. You travel to the west towards a very overgrown section of the world. Oh my god, this is actually loud in my ears. Hold on. There we go. Okay, you travel to the west towards a very... I guess I don't need my controller, actually. Very overgrown section to the world. But the world was once filled with many amazing things, and vegetation was one of them. By traveling to the west, you were searching towards a place that has grown wild with plants and flowers. As you make your way up a hill, you see a large, hefty... He's a hefty slug cat who seems to have no problem maintaining their diet in this challenging world. As you watch, you notice that they seem to have the ability to generate infinite objects by regurgitating them from their stomach. You approach carefully, unsure of whether to attack or to speak with them. Can I be eaten? Look! Okay. Pick up a spear and throw it at them? Pick up a rock and throw it at them? Greet them. Greet them! Oh, look. Oh. What happened? You cautiously move forward, staying low on the ground. You approach the large slug cat slowly, unsure of how they will react. As you get close, you yell hello at them. The sudden sound of your voice startles them, and they instinctively roll up into a ball. Then they begin to tumble down the hill towards you. Unsure of what to do, you duck and cover. This is highly ineffective, and they land directly on top of you. You feel the air in your lungs forced out by the sheer force of their weight. Your last thoughts are how heavy they felt as you died from the collision. Well done. Oh. I mean, hey, I'm not complaining. You know, it's not a bad way to die. Yes, I'm going to be very weird for this stream, just so everybody was aware. Cheese is at max level. We're not holding back the cheese, okay? I got killed by body slam. I love that. It's amazing. Also, I love the art for it, too. It's just... just the ball. Alright. Okay, let's head west again, shall we? Travel to the west, throw a rock at it. You pick up a small rock and throw it at the hefty slug cat, but oh my god, he looks so cute! Also, welcome, Morphomoth. Moth. Welcome! They're animals. Look, okay, it's a dating sim, right? There is no holding back the cheese. Cheese, alright? Oh, implications of this. Let's not think about that. You can small rocket throw it at the hefty slug cat, but it bounces off with their fat exterior, completely unfazed. The hefty slug cat stares at you, narrowing the eyes. You widen your eyes and begin to sweat profusely, preparing for the hefty slug cat's retaliation. The hefty slug cat walks towards you, raises a tiny stubby arm, and pokes you in the forehead. I wasn't expecting to see someone else out here. You're not from my colony, right? They ask, no. I am looking for a slug cat to be my mate. Oh my god, is that what I think they think that says? Is that what I think that says? Is that... I don't even know how you would say that one. I'm used to the one with you, but what do I say with O? Owo? Owo? You say? Ah, so that's it. I can tell by the way you said it. It's not an easy thing for you to say. Things have been tough lately, haven't they? Oh. Alright. Okay, so things have been tough, haven't they? Nah. Tough? Nah, I'm a pro gamer. It's been so tough. I'm lonely. I'm lonely. I hear that. Things have been getting worse for us lately, haven't they? Been tough for myself as well, Hefty Slugcat says. Really? You're here? Andrew, you're gonna die. Or no, this should be Fatum for now. You know what? This is Fatum. This is what Fatum has resorted to. Really? You're huge and have like infinity supplies. How are you lonely? You ask. I can procure many things for my stomach, but love is not one of them. The heavy slugcat sighs and sits near you. You realize that the ground is wet, but you sit as well. Pat them on the back, hold their hand, give them a hug. I feel like giving them a hug will kill me. Hold their hand, they might squish me to death. Pat them on the back, maybe. Ah, we're done! Yes! Good job, Fatum! Good job! Oh my god. You pat the heavy slugcat on the back, extending your arm out as far as it could go. You feel a slight pain in the arm, but you push through. Thanks, I really needed that, the hefty slugcat says, extending their own arm out. How? Oh, okay, I see. Extending their own arm out as they pat you on the head, you feel warm and fuzzy. Somehow you don't feel warm anymore. What are you doing out here right now? Gathering food and supplies from my colony. You have a whole colony? Yeah, of course. We're not all loners like you. Alright, and there's the heartbreak again. We're not all loners like you. How many are we talking? I'd say about 30 or 40. Give or take a few. Whoa! Out of all of them, I want to be with you. Oh, alright, I gotta think about this. Hook me up. More cheese or one true cheese? Which one do we want? Maybe going up to look at like that would be amazing. Hook me up, or out of all of them, I want to be with you. Oh, we know which one we gotta do. We know which one we gotta do. Oh no! What is that? 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 Exactly! No! Fatum was ascended as a survivor. As already parties, Fatum became a slayer of scavengers. As Mr. Ruffles got owned by Looks the Moon. As Buttsicle. Honestly, I don't know what happened with that one. As Saint became a god. As this one. No! Oh god, I don't... this is some Doki Doki levels of horror. Yes, 100%. Oh god, okay, the hefty slugcat looks at you with the strangest look in their eye. Are you sure that's what you want? Yes, I've never been this sure of anything in my life. With that, the hefty slugcat smiles. Alright then, as long as you're sure about this, let's do it. You nod your head. This is the happiest moment of your life. Is it? Is it? To leave this plane of existence. Natsuki was even more cursed than yours, as far as I remember. Natsuki? What? No! Unless you don't remember, Yuri's the purple-haired one. Natsuki was not that bad. Horrors beyond my comprehension. Take their hand and go someplace private. Is this family friendly? I gotta ask, is this family friendly? You walk with the hefty slugcat hand in hand. You're both nervous and excited. This is what you've been waiting for. Once you reach someplace private, they stop start making a bonfire. You stare at them confused. Have you seen Natsuki's jump scare? Look, Yuri was freaky. That's what I will say. Freaky. Natsuki wasn't that bad. You're actually freaking me out. So, Natsuki's jump scare was just terrifying. Don't get me wrong. It came out of nowhere. It's freaky. It was terrifying. Yuri just scared the poo out of me the entire time. You walk with the hefty. Okay, once you reach someplace private, they stop and start making a bonfire. You stare at them confused. All right, well, we all gotta ask, who's best girl out of the Doki Doki crew? Who's best girl? There's only one right answer, and we all know what it is. You stare at them confused. What are you doing? His face. Aren't you inviting me for a private dinner? You know what? Good job, hefty slugcat. Good job, gourmet. I'm proud of you, gourmet. Exactly. Take them out to dinner first. Food! Always food! Priorities! Weren't you inviting me for a private dinner? Oh, yeah, of course! You say, laughing nervously, you start coughing, you should stare at them worried. What should I make us for eat? Wow, that was the stupidest thing I've ever said. What should I make us for eats? Yeah! So you're not a question. Oh no, how? Oh no, we have the wrong ones. Oh no. You have no meta animals, Rubinati. Really? I feel like I would still have chose Monica, even without the whole meta elements to it and everything. To me, Sayori is pure, kind, and precious. A good best friend. Yes, I am that. Just poor her. I have no comment on this. You reminded me for okay, so I have this egg. You decide, I guess. I want to. You decide, I guess. I have this egg. I mean, Fata. You know, it's Fata. You got one thing on the brain and one thing only. I have this egg. You take out the egg from your pouch and offer it to the hefty slug cat. They smile and begin grinning from ear to ear. You brought me food, they say? Yeah, you want it? You ask nervously. Yes, I want it. Give it to me. They begin heating the egg over the fire, making scrambled eggs. Do you know I love eggs? The hefty slug cat asks. See? Food. Food is the way. Food is 100% the way. Making scrambled eggs. How did you know I love eggs? The hefty slug cat asks. Beaming, you stare at them. Still nervous and unsure what to say. I don't know. You watch them cook. What is happening? What the heck is happening? What is happening with the one on the left? What is happening with the one on the right? What is happening? As the egg cooks, reality itself seems to begin to bend around the resulted food product. Time seems to warp. You watch as steam rises as if it's slow motion, as if the salt, pepper, and heat of the fire all bend space-time to reach a primordial state of deliciousness. You stare at the hefty slughead with bewilderment, but your mouth can't help but salivate. With a sudden primal hunger, the other slughead greedily consumes all of the egg. Their body begins to glow and levitate, and infinite matter begins to radiate from their mouth. Oh my god! You know, it's actually very fitting. It is Botug we're talking about here. No! You shield your eyes, the light is blinding. It is as if it has consumed everything out of the singular point of the slughead's mouth. Subatomic particles rain. They combine into atoms and then in more complex elements, matter. Slowly, the light begins to consolidate into a dimmer afterglow. What is it? What's its food force? Take me with you. I want to send. You open your eyes. cycle has been completed. The universe has been born. You have a lot of work to do. Accept your fate. Oh, no. No. Well, I'm kind of curious to see what that does. No, never. We got mating to do. Alright, cool. Let's try that again. Okay, so west. What happens if we throw a spear? The spear flies through the air in an arc and lands in front of the hefty slug cat. They look at it, and then they look at you. You back up slowly, unsure of what they will do. They pick up the spear, sniff it, and then throw it at you. You try to duck, but get hit in the leg. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you would catch it. Heavy slug cat says, running towards you. What? The spear. I threw it so you would catch it. I didn't mean to hit you. You said them in disbelief. Hold your leg. You hold your leg in pain. As the slug cat runs towards you, they trip over their own feet. Their entire body weight falls on top of you. You hear a loud crunch as your vision goes black. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. The hefty slug cat is cut off as the egg-like object in your hand explodes, killing you both instantly. What? Alright, let's head west again! So I'll do this. Okay, so what if it says, it's been so tough! It has. Tell me, have you been hurt at all? The heavy slug asks if I'm just always in danger. I can respect that. The world we live in is a harsh one. And it's rare to find someone who can put up with that kind of lifestyle. Suddenly, 3 red lizards. Oh, shh. Are you kidding me? And a giant red centipede emerge over the hill. Heavy slug looks at them, and a rage fills her eyes. See, that's exactly what I'm saying. Agreed! You know what? I agree. How can I put this? The hefty slug cat says, I think you may be cursed. What? I'm not cursed. I'm just unlucky, you say. No, like, if there's such a thing as destiny, whoever was responsible for designing your fate legitimately hates you. Stupid, you say. Is it? Tell me, have you had a happy moment in your life? The hefty slug cat asks. No. Exactly. You're destined to suffer, and it's only natural you have difficulty finding love. Ouch. Ouch, that hit too close to home. Okay, that's cool and stuff, but we're kind of surrounded. Oh. God dang it. And you're dead. And welcome to the game. Heavy slug cat looks behind you. You follow their gaze and see that the 3 red lizards, giant red centipedes, has surrounded you. Go ahead and fight them. I'm a peace-loving slug cat. Fighting isn't really my thing. Heavy slug cat says. You sigh. Turn to face the enemies behind you. 3 lizards hiss and growl, flashing their teeth. Before you get a chance to do anything, you're covered by their spit, while they quickly maul you to death. Alright, let's try it again! Okay, so, rock, let's say I'm pro gamer. Not pro gamer! The hefty slug cat stares at you, chin's wobbling. You're a pro gamer? You nod. The hefty slug cat stares at you, seemingly in thought. A pro gamer! Huh, never heard that one before. I've heard plenty of others, but that's a new one. It's true, though. Heavy slug cat stares at you and puts a finger to their chin. I'm afraid a liar is all that I see before me. Liars have been known to make the most insane claims. Your heart rate increases. You've never been great under pressure. LMAO, oh my god, no. A liar? No, check this. They call this a pro game move. You throw your egg, oh shoot. You throw your egg by your feet and prepare to use a gravity manipulation strat to fling yourself super far with the singularity. Perform your frame perfect input. You bounce to the edge of the singularity's gravity field and slide cancel backwards into the outer 5% of the shockwave radius. You were 2 pixels off, however, and immediately get sucked into the core of the singularity. Every atom in your body is jostled as you become extremely dead. Cool! Alright, let's go west one more time. Alright, so we'll go here. So, I'm so lonely. Okay, what happens if I hold their hand? It's hand-holding time. Okay, it's hand-holding. You reach your hand out to hold theirs, curious of their reaction. They look at you with a confused expression, but they grab onto you as well. I'm Gormon. the hefty slug cat says. You say, before realizing you don't know your name. I forgot my name. It's okay. It'll probably go back to you eventually. Norman says, cool. Cool. What are you doing out here right now? Our food. Okay, so this is safe. So what happens if I say hook me up? What the heck is this? What? You nervously ask if the hefty slug cat can hook you up with a maid in their colony. The hefty slug cat lets out a low, rumbling chuckle. I doubt any of the slug cats I know would be interested in someone like you. You're small, scrawny, and no combat abilities. Bruh, literally none of the slug cats in your colony could survive the stuff I went through. You say, what do you mean, stuff you went through? Oh boy. No, the recycled rain, the Myra vultures, the red creatures, the rot, the million food pips I needed to fill every cycle, the nacho cheese, the deadly snails, the train lizards, all the warm grass, where the hell that gimmick, and the chimney walls, pebbles, and the red centipede that was just suddenly there, and then the other red lizards that just came around the corner, and then also having to go through so many cycles and dying repeatedly, coming back over and over again, and you have so many dangerous things you encountered on your journey to find a mate. I don't know what any of that stuff means. Hefty slug cat seems even more confused. Never mind, you say. I'll just find the colony. You may want to walk away, but the hefty slug cat stops you. I can't let you do that. You're an intruder. I need to see it. What if my fated mate is there? I can't let this go. Hefty slug cat stares at you with apathy. Look, I get that you have needs, and I sympathize. If you go to our colony, we're gonna have an issue. Maneuver your way past. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, the hefty slug cat says. The hefty slug cat suddenly slides towards you at an incredibly alarming speed. What? You don't get to finish your sentence before the hefty slug cat slams into your midsection. The force of the hefty slug cat's weight smashes you to the ground, and you let out a pain yell. The hefty slug cat presses down on top of you, and you wince as the hefty slug cat's immense weight crushes your frail body. You just absolutely killed me. Said I'm gonna look for a mate in your colony, and you're like, no, you're not. I will kill you. Bit yandere much? Alright, okay. So here, I feel so lonely. So what happens if we give him a hug? Try to wrap your arms around the hefty slug cat's large exterior, but your arms cannot reach all the way. The hefty slug cat laughs and says, you're cute. You're not sure how to respond, so you laugh nervously. The hefty slug cat is just standing there, laughing. You're really bored, you say, trying to think of something to say. Yeah, I suppose I am. Hefty slug cat says and begins laughing again. Neither of you know what to say, so you sit silent for a while. Okay, so out of all of them, I want to be with you. Take their hand and go somewhere silent. So what do? Okay, so this time, let's go with you decide, I guess. Alright, they say, I'll make a feast. Whatever you want, my love. What is it? Okay, great. Also, hello, welcome everybody who's joined in. Okay, I'll make a feast, whatever you want. Okay. Both sit on some logs around the bonfire, watching it burn. You watch as they begin to cook more food than you've ever seen. Are you sure you can eat all that, you ask? They begin laughing and nod their head. I'm a really, really big slug cat. I need a lot of food. Stare at them in amazement. Never seen a creature that large move around in such a rapid maneuver. They're eating the food as it's prepared. What? I was like, it sits down next to you and you've been eating the food been made. You fill your stomach up faster than you have in any other cycle before. It's like it smiles and hands you more food. No thanks. I'm already at max food pips. Nonsense. Please enjoy my cooking. Don't insult the chef. Force yourself to keep eating beyond your limits. Suddenly the game crashes with an index out of range error and HUD.food matter. Expected it to eat us. Well, I mean, hey, you know what? That is the best way for a Fatum to die. That is the best way to, that is the best way ever. Yeah, Fatum is in paradise now. Don't worry. This is a good ending. This is a good ending for Fatum. Eating with the one they love, exactly. And eating themselves to death, exactly. Okay, okay, so I'm lonely. So this doesn't matter here. So we do this. Okay, what happens if I say I wanted you? You take a deep breath and look into their eyes. Oh, I don't know if I can. I can do this. I can do this. I want you to be my mate. Ooh, ooh. Their eyes widen. An empty slug eye goes through a list of emotions. First is shock, then happiness, then fear, then anger. Why? Why? They fall back and start involuntarily spitting items from their mouth. Oh my god, are you okay? The bomb drops out of the mouth and they fumble to try to pick it up. However, it accidentally detonates. You close your eyes at the blast and feel heat on your back. You disintegrate. My charm was too much. Dang it! Okay, so there's one more thing I guess to do, and that's so what you doing? I have this egg. You watch her cook. So what happens if we say accept your fate? Oh. He flustered his so that he murdered us. Cool! We did it! We successfully... Yeah! We cheesed! Yeah! Okay. How do I do this again? Oh no. What have I done? How do I... Stream everyone? Oh no. How do I go... How do I do with this again? Oh, do I need it? Okay, I need to click R. So D. Oh, I can just click D. Okay, cool. We're back anyways. Now watch the other. Alright. Okay. So from west, we'll head down. Down's the next. If you can't go left, you gotta go down. You descend beneath the ground to the deepest reaches from the nature of reality's storts. Fog demons roar, and past civilizations border the void. Surely, for someone with your experiences, this would be the most appropriate location to potentially find a mate to spend your life with. However, it's not always so. Once the search begins, one does not always find what they are looking for. Explore the void. Void is a place of instability and decay. It is a place that can be properly defined or accurately described. Rather, it is a state of nonconformity in which everything may be possible and nothing is certain. Hey, guys! Fatum's back in your home again! Found you guys again! You guys have a mate for Fatum? God, I'm not holding back with this stream. As family-friendly possible as a dating sim game can go. Look around and see that you are not alone. There are other creatures like yourselves cuddling around amongst the rocks. You hear a sound like the chomping of jaws. You need to be careful as it's very dark here, and predators could be hidden around any corner. Cool! They see the sound. Look behind you. Oh no. What? What? Guys, what do you have down here? You turn around to immediately see a large figure behind you. Not exactly sure what you're looking at. Perhaps a pair of enormous feet. Look up. Oh my god! Fatum! Jeez! I felt distribute. Your eyes trail further up. There's a big creature, alright? Are those its muscles? They are very well defined. You begin to blush a little, but also feel that you are suddenly in very real danger. Look all the way up. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Can I have a donut? Can I be Fatum's mate? Look, Fatum loves food, okay? That you want to win Fatum's heart? That's exactly how. I found it in a pick me up. You look up and see a terrifying face and form, a monstrous bestial visage visage that fills you with an unquenchable dread. You'd recognize that face anywhere. You try to resist the urge to squeal in delight. You're the biggest fan. Feel the creature's muscles. Can I have your autograph? Interview the creature. Feel the muscles. The creature grabs you by the neck, lifting you off the ground by your fleshy appendages. You see a long, sharp canine tooth at the upper jaw protrudes as the beast opens his mouth to bite you. The creature is without doubt the largest and most powerful predator you ever come across. The way it stands and holds itself suggests an immense amount of strength and stability. You brush profusely. There is a quick flash of light accompanied by a loud pang that rings in your ears. The large creature suddenly goes limp and collapses to the ground. That's impossible. It should be invincible. You feel a presence. No! Stand! Oh, was that guy bothering you? No! I'm so sorry, Fatum! I'm sorry! A green-colored silhouette floats down from the sky in front of you. It's an aura of tranquility around it. Yet some part of your mind feels some instinctive primal fear from its very being. The silhouette has an extremely long... Oh no. Family friendly? Family friendly. Family? 100% friendly. The slughead is extremely quite a bit different from any other slughead you've encountered before. In any case, it's the first of your species you've encountered here, and it could be an eligible mate. Thanks, you're my hero. You're looking fine. I'm not saying the last one. Oh. You looking fine? Thanks, I just got a haircut. My hair was getting pretty long. They look you over from head to toe. Doesn't seem to be particularly flirtatious, more a method of thorough inspection. You become self-conscious about your many flaws. Yeah, me too. You sure this family friendly? 100% family friendly. Fur. Since when did members of your species have fur? You can't recall ever getting a haircut in your entire life. There's seeming more and more foreign to you. Could they really be an eligible mate? And did you respond with me too? And why did you respond with me too? You've been too anxious about this encounter to really think about what you're saying. Pet the sucker. Yes, exactly the only thing you can do. Curiosity gets the best of you and you reach out to feel their skin. Is it the same as yours? What would this residual fur even feel like? However, they immediately jump back. Well, you're certainly very interesting, but maybe it's not such a good idea for us to meet right now. I best get going. You didn't mean to make them uncomfortable. Hold up! Before you get a chance to say anything, they shoot their tongue towards the ceiling and begin swinging away to the distance. What a strange specimen! Unfortunately, now you're just alone again. Stumble around in the darkness. Oh, it would help if you had a light source, but you do not. As you stumble around, you feel something tickle up against you. Oh, shoot. Up against the skin. That may turn into many things. For suddenly, two large fangs sink into the back of your neck. Your corpse is dragged away by a large spider as it returns to its burrow. Well. Let's try that again. Okay, explore the void, look around. Let's go investigate this out. Oh. You cautiously itch around the corner, your eyes peering into the darkness. You see nothing, but hear the chomping of jaws again. As it's perfectly blended with the darkness, the black mouth of a lizard spring out of the darkness at you. It is an ambush predator. You fall into the jaws of a carnivorous monster. There's fiery pain, for the world fades away. Alright, try it again! Explore look behind you. Look up, look all the way up. Can I have your autograph? The beast stares at you and begins to move towards you slowly. It opens its jaws and shrieks, sounding like anything you ever heard before. You are awestruck by its appearance, and that feeling is only amplified by the divine presence you feel as its vocals resonate through your chest. It slams its large black talons behind you, pinning your body to the floor. You what do you say? Josh! No! There's a quick... Okay, so he just dies out the way. Thanks, you're my hero. You reply to the stuck cat in your best courting tone, hoping to impress upon it the seriousness of the situation you are in. However, you have no reaction for the stuck cat. Instead, you receive a feeling of trepidation from it, as if it knows something you don't. This causes you to have second thoughts about making a move. Hey, you good? You question the stuck cat's response to you. You're just not feeling the vibes and want to make sure you're on the same wavelengths with your potential mate. You try to reassure the stuck cat. Yo, something must be wrong with my eyes, because I can't take them off you. You trying to imply something? The stuck cat asks, looking a bit annoyed. Yeah, you picking up what I'm throwing down. We must wait till marriage to say. Yeah, you're making fun of my eyes. What? No! Throw down another one. Okay, look, you are a time traveler, because I see you in my future. You say while striking a pose. Yes, the stuck cat replies with a straight face. What? Yes, I am a time traveler. We all are. We follow the cycle. Okay. Look, dude, I just want to go out with you. Oh. Stay, just be direct. None of this beating around the bush, alright? Fatum knows. The stuck cat pauses for a few seconds, looking disappointed in you. In that case, no, I will not go out with you. Why? I'm not interested in relationships. I have higher priorities. The stuck cat looks away as if trying to find a way to exit this interaction as soon as possible. Offer a gift, don't let up. Offer a gift, give up. Let's start. I don't. Wait, can we run into Artie Farty in this? Oh god, I hope not. Oh god, not even Buttsicle. No. No, not everything there. No! Give up. You accept his reasoning. No need to force the issue further. You can find another mate elsewhere. You wave goodbye to the stuck cat, and it takes flight off to who knows where. However, you are also very close to the Void Sea. Perhaps you should just take the dive and procrastinate on worrying about relationships until after you strip your mortar coil. Head to the Void Sea. You begin the trip down the depths, deep into the subterranean caverns near the bottom of the world. You descend further and further down. However, as you reach one room before the Void Sea, an invisible void worm clips to the wall and shatters every bone in your body. What the hell? I thought that glitch was fixed a while ago. Great! Yes, Gormad was the first one, and now we're on Saint, I guess. Okay, so look around, look behind you, look up, look all the way up. Interview the creature. Look, golden lizard. Ah, from Echo. You attempt to formulate a proper sentence, but find that you are too terrified to even speak. The beast says something that causes your mouth to go to gape open and your eyes widen in terror. The creature steps forward and looks down on you with malice in its eyes. You feel a tremendous pressure as the creature's horrible visage is applied to yours. You are powerless. Alright, so... Oh, I know what I gotta click! No! Regrets! Sonya gives you a strange look, but then it complies! Watches that you slap it across the cheek. As it retracts, the stickiness pulls you forward, causing you to face plant onto the floor. That was less dramatic than you thought it would be. Actually, quite insulting. Lay there in embarrassment. You face plant on the floor, feeling kind of dumb. You roll over onto your side, expecting to see them laughing at you. Instead, you see the stuck cat casually floating over to take your egg. Whoa, what do you think you're doing there? They ignore you and continue towards the egg. Hey, don't touch that! They finally stop their pursuit and turn to look at you. Why? They ask with an expressionless look. Trust me, it won't taste good. Oh, I wasn't going to eat it. Plus, I'm more of a taco guy myself. They give the slightest impression of a grin, then turn back to the egg. Okay, you're welcome. Single mom, she's open to mingle. You know, with her explosive spears and, you know, everything literally explosive. I apparently have an explosive egg. Let's see, wait and observe. You know what you do with the egg, but part of you is curious to see what other uses this egg might have. Does the slugcat know something that you don't? You sit back and watch. What are you going to do with it? I don't know how this got in your possession, but I've been looking for this for a long time. Cool, but what do you need it for? This will finally solve everything. Slugcat's first stands up on end. Okay, sure dude, you can borrow it for a bit. The slugcat settles the egg on the ground and stares at it with determination. Let me take care of this, it'll be over soon. They enter into a deep concentration and begin to levitate. Oh no. Slightly above the ground, a bright X-shaped light forms above their head and then travels... Oh shoot, to travel towards the egg. As the light settles over the egg, it begins to grow increasingly brighter. Then in a quick culmination, the light is met with a deafening pang as it ruptures the egg. Cover your ears. Well... Damn it, Saint. Left. Retry. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? Okay, look behind you. Muscles, feel them. Yes. Let's try the lick again. So don't touch that. Take the egg back. Come on, towards the slugcat to grab the egg before it does. That's all yours. You're not going to let this random dude touch your precious cargo. They think they are! Come on, give it back! Slugcat leisurely turns their head towards you and launches their tongue at you again. It sticks firmly onto your torso, and you feel a harsh tug as their tongue pulls back. So they drags you across the ground, and finally releasing its stick on you to fling you off the edge of the cliff. You fall to the darkness below. As you lay, struggling to move your body, Black Lizard slips out of a nearby pipe and makes quick work of you in a defensive state. Man! Saint is mean! I don't like Saint! I hate Saint! Saint is terrible! I don't like Saint at all! Okay, so let's do the thanks you're my hero. So let's don't let up. Slugcat doesn't know what it's talking about. What higher priority could there possibly be than you? Being your mate is the only priority that matters. You just need to make this Slugcat realize their mistake. Well, I'm not leaving here without a mate, and you're not leaving here without one either. Stand your ground. However, the ground doesn't help you much, as the other side simply takes flight into the air and swiftly leaves. Make chase. You turn and chase the other after the Slugcat, but are interrupted as you hear a loud pang sound again. Or at least you would have heard it if the neural synapses between your brain and your ears weren't shattered in the same instant. Instead, you hear nothing, for you have ascended. Dang it! Why is he so mean? Fatum just wants a mate! Okay, so... let's do offer a gift. Okay, hold up. Before you give up on me, the Slugcat looks disinterested in whatever reasoning you might be about to give. I got you a gift. Look. You hand the Slugcat your egg. Maybe this offering will help win them over. You're surprised, their expression immediately changes. Where'd you find that? You give this to me? I'll give it if you go out with me. Done. I would marry. Yes! Marry you in exchange for this. The Slugcat swiftly reaches for the egg. Huh? I didn't go that far yet. No, Fatum, take it. You have any idea what this is? The Slugcat takes the gift and admires it deeply. An egg. Yes. This will finally solve everything. But okay, honey buns, do what you have to do. Love you. The Slugcat settles the egg on the ground and starts with determination. Let me take care of this and I'll be over soon. Well, alright, let's go to the one on the right. Well then, okay. I guess that was Saint. There's 2 ways to get there. Alright. Well, time to find another mate. Alright, so if west and down didn't work, then south, right? To the south, you approach a land of waste and ruins. The scattered byproducts of bygone eras lie strewn across the landscape in mounds that resemble artificial hills and mountains. You proceed further. Making is better than everything. Exactly. Lots of priorities. Suddenly, in the distance, you see a crimson-colored slug. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, God. Run. 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 The great explosions. Okay. Crimson-colored Slugcat. She is aggressive and seems to have the ability to create explosions from her body and propel herself with shockwaves. She is a mother slug cat who is grieving the loss of her children. Regardless, she's your only hope of continuing your lineage. You must choose to approach her carefully or else she'll flee due to being terrified and grief-stricken. Oh, I'm sure that'll... Oh, God. Throw the egg at her. Throw the egg at her. You fling the explosive egg at her in an attempt to subdue her. The egg shatters when it hits the ground, instantly beginning to create a space-time singularity. The other slug cat creates her own explosion, parrying the egg back towards you. You try to run away, but the shockwave of the explosion slams into you, hurting you severely. You lie on the floor dying, as the other slug cat looks at you with pity. She utters the last few words. I am sorry, but you're still better than to mess with a mother slug cat on the hunt. You're not wrong. Alright, try it again, shall we? Okay. Sneak up on her. You remain silent and hidden among the tall blades of grass, slowly approaching the mother slug cat. Your body is shaking nervously, and your eye is twitching. Your efforts of remaining unseen are in vain. The mother slug cat looks directly at you. You feel your heart pounding as she stares into your eyes. She lets out a loud hiss, jumping backwards in an exaggerated fashion. She is scared of you, just as you are of her. Seems you share a tragic bond. Both of you are lonely individuals. You know what? Actually, you're right. This is Fatum, of anybody. This is your moment. This is your time. This is it. Bond over your tragedies. You can do it. Keep moving towards her, blush at her, hand her a rock. Oh, we know which one is the only answer here. The rock of love, of course. Oh. Pick up a rock and hand it to the mother slug cat. She holds it in her hand and stares at it, but doesn't seem to be pleased. She places it in her mouth, coating it in explosive substance. She spits it out, having turned the rock into explosive. She holds it in her paws and seems to admire it, and then throws it at you. Fatum, we found your type! That throws it at you. Explodes upon impact with you, causing you to fall backwards. You are dazed and confused as the world spins around you, struggling to breathe as the world fades to black. She's the one. She's the one. She's the one. We gotta keep trying. We gotta keep trying. Blush at her. You giggle at her exaggerated jump and blush as she stares at you angrily. She begins heading away from you, and despair wells up inside of you. This is your last chance. You have to take it now. I know what you really need. I do. You need egg. Say that she looked at you with curiosity. What could you possibly know about me? She asked. You're lonely. She looks away sadly, and her body begins shaking. She stumbles backwards and falls over onto the ground. With a gasp, she says, You understand me perfectly. She begins crying loudly. You sit by her. You stroke her face with your long, slimy fingers, and she stops crying. You need egg. I got this. Take out the egg you've been carrying around and give it to her. She accepts it. Her eyes brighten up. With a smile on her face and the egg in her hands, she sits down. Wait, no, hold on. Wait, no, wait, hold on. No, wait a second. She places it in her mouth and coats it with a transformative bacteria. Wait! She spits it back out and places it on the ground. Wait! The egg begins to glow in a bright light. She zips back and stares at it. The egg begins to transform. Oh, shoot. Figures emerge from the light. What did you just do? Great! Oh, what? Mother, we are reborn. We have reintroduced to the existence. We are family now. Can I ask what this egg is? The new creature looks like the mother slug cat, and she is happy. She hugs the figures, and they embrace her back. Feel like you have finally done something right. And you have. Goodbye, loneliness. Goodbye, sadness. Hello, family. Walk into the light and embrace them. You walk towards the figures emerging from the light, and they embrace you. Their slimy bodies feel warm to the touch, and you feel tears escape your eyes. You never felt so loved in your life. You enter the light as a family. I mean, technically succeeded. Mission well done. I got kids now, right? You know, just ascended creepy children, but that's, you know, the goal was to mate, and we mated, I think. I'm not too sure. That's how it works, right? that's how it works. Base or base success. Exactly, right? That's how it works. Anyway, so you gotta try that again. Okay. Oh, Metaphor, welcome. Okay, so sneak up on her. Okay, if we keep moving towards her, what is... Oh. Seriously moving, consciously approaching the mother slug cat at a slow pace. It isn't working. She remains right in view. You try to think of how to calm her. It seems your efforts are in vain. She grabs a spear lying on the ground next to you. You watch as she aims it directly at you. Please don't hurt me, baby. But she's not saying. Her spear releases, flying straight towards you. You attempt to dodge, but to no avail. It pierces straight through you, and you fall to the ground. You have been killed by the mother slug cat. Alright, blush at her. Okay. Wait! She stops walking, her back still facing you. Your voice trembles as you speak out to her again, tears running down your face. She slowly turns around to face you once more. It seems you have nothing to lose, so you try one last thing to convince her. Please, go out with me. But just what chicks. She stares at you and then begins laughing. You feel mentally crushed by her laugh. You're pitiful. She says, I'm going to end you. Oh. Mother slug cat suddenly bounces on you. It's quick and vicious. It's all over before you have time to react. I mean, I technically didn't die. Right? It doesn't say I died and I don't look dead. I mean... I think Fatum kind of succeeded, you know? Again. Knows what mating is. I don't know what you're talking about. I think we succeeded. Okay, so blush. So, okay, what if we do... You're cute? Was that the words, the truth that you couldn't hold back? Messiah turns her head and begins walking towards you with a curious expression on her face. She rubs your head with her paws, and you can feel your heart pounding in your chest. Oh! Are we doing it? Are we doing it? Yeah! You got this, Fatum! Stop being creepy, please. God, that's freaking me out. Feel your heart pounding in your chest. She hugs you with one of her claws. You hug her back. You didn't need to be alone anymore, baby. Can I say, if like all the nicknames of all these, for me, baby is like one of the creepier ones, because I don't, it creeps me out. It really does. It does. If you really think about it, it's kind of creepy. I don't know why that's ever like a loving nickname. It's a little weird. It's really weird, okay? Anyways, sorry, I just needed to say that. I can't believe that you're cute actually works. She's perfect. Exactly. Artie Farty is perfect. You're perfect, Artie Farty. You're the one. She softly smiles and gives you a kiss on the cheek. Yes! Give you a kiss on the cheek. You take her paw in your hand and look into her eyes. Behind her, the sun bursts through the clouds, casting an array of beautiful colors in the landscape. The rain stops falling, and a rainbow forms overhead. Regurgitate a pearl in your stomach. When did I have a pearl? Sure, do it. Oh. You pull the large round pearl from your stomach and offer it to her. Immediately, 100 scavengers emerge at the sight of the pearl. With raised spears, you back away, and the mother slug cat hisses and spits at them. The scavengers growl in anger and begin charging at you both. The two of you are outnumbered, and you have But you have each other. That's all you need. You both stand ready to fight. You and the other slug cat fight valiantly against the vicious horde of scavengers, but you are ultimately overcome. You sacrifice yourself, taking several of the scavengers with you. She escapes without so much as a scratch, leaving you to die a warrior's death. You know what? That's another. I think that's a perfect one. I think that's another one. Weirder than Natty. Both of them are weird. Same thing, Mom. It's anything to do that could be used as like a child and child and mother parent relation. No, it's weird. Okay, it's really weird. But hey, this ending though. This ending. Every ending so far, besides anything that blows me up or gets me speared instantly, perfect. This is a good one too. I'm happy. This is a good one. We did good. This is good. Okay, there should be another one though. Sneak up, blush. I know what you really need. So what happens if say you need children? She looks at you in confusion as you explain yourself. We could populate this world, make new children. Oh shoot. She growls angrily and begins to cry again. I had children. She looks at you angrily and spits in your face. They can't be replaced. She disappears, leaving behind a dust cloud. Oh. You weep as she leaves, and then you pack your things and leave as well. Return to the shelter. Rain is starting to come, and you spent so much time talking that you forgot to eat. You lay down and accept your fate. Alright! Well then! Alright, that was Arty Farty. I think of all our choices, Arty Farty has been the best one so far, which I'm actually really surprised. Alright, let's go east. Travel to the east to a large expanse of water littered with small islands and outcroppings of industrial waste and the skeletons of civilization long forgotten. When you arrive at this water's edge, you search around for a little while, and then you find a small cave that you think will make a suitable home for you. You step into the entrance and make yourself comfortable. However, you begin to hear some noise. It sounds like someone is moving around and making sounds, but you cannot make out what it is because the noise is coming from further inside the cave. You are uneasy and unsure what to do. Mr. Ruffles! Ah! Hello, Ghost Space Runner! And Lord and Fox and I as well. Play the rest of the stream because of Discord shenanigans. Something happened in Discord? Everything alright? Creature suddenly springs at an alarming speed. It's another slug cat like you, except blue-colored with some kind of strange aquatic gills on their face. They jump up and down in excitement upon seeing you. It's another slug cat. It's another slug cat! Says clearly an energetic tone. Continues speaking excitedly. Ah! Another slug cat! Did you come here to scavenge the materials too? I'm scavenging for love. Without listening to your response, the gill slug cat jumps up on top of you. Ah! You smell so good! You are so good! What? Whoa, calm down. You're being obnoxious, you reply. It's not that you have anything against it per se, but this one just seems to be incredibly excited about you, and that makes you uncomfortable. Are you afraid of me? The blue creature asked. Psh, no, you're nothing, yeah, a little. All traces of disturbance are gone. Okay, cool. Like box on that, you're like, I have eliminated them. They do no longer exist in the void. The void has consumed them. That's what it feels like. Yeah, a little. So Cat suddenly leans forward and whispers in your ear. This isn't fear, it's respect. I like a slug with some fear in their eyes. I like a challenge. You have a challenge for me, don't you? Oh god. Still do not know what to make of the slug cat. Its body is blue and slimy, and you do not feel particularly well about it. You would prefer to have a less hyperactive friend. You notice that it's watching you very carefully, as if it is waiting for a chance to pounce on you. You cannot help but feel that it is a little too friendly, and you are not quite sure why. Perhaps it's just the effect of the creature's natural exuberance, and you are overthinking it. Break the silence. I should probably... So anyway, if you're looking to date me, you need to meet my mother first. What? Wait, what? Sorry, it's a requirement. Do you need to go see her now? No, I really gotta be going. I don't want to know who. Please don't be who I think your mother is. I know, I gotta go. Look, I might be nuked out of oblivion. I looks at you quizzically. You gotta be going now? To go see my mother? No. Yeah, so glad. Let's go. Pounce on you, your back, flip over your shoulders to grasp your head firmly. Before you can react, you are being swiftly dragged out of the cave by them. Yo, dude, wait! You rapidly escorted along the surface of the water towards the towering monolith of the structure in the distance. The Slugcat does not let up their energy. And they take you inside. How am I accidentally clicking all the right ones, by the way? Take you inside the structure, and you quickly weave through a maze of interior passages. Your mother lives here? Oh, shoot. I think I know exactly who your mother is. Oh, God. Yeah, she's right in this room. You emerge into a large, open, metallic chamber, the floor of which are soaked with pools of water. A mechanical device floats above the chamber, gleaming with floating lights. You don't understand. Huh? Where your mom at? What do you mean? She's right there! The Slugcat excitedly points to the floating device and randomly does a backflip. What do you mean? Oh, God, run. Question everything. Was this a trap? Is this even a viable partner? There is no doubt in your mind now that the Slugcat must be a construct. A programmed puppet controlled by their mother's voice. She is not truly alive in any way you could tell. Simply the next generation of a very old tradition. Using a new form of technology as a tool. I'm looking for a soulmate. Serious? No! No, there's no way I'm accidentally clicking everything right. There is no way. This love would have gotten too real. True. I see that. Honesty is the best policy. You tell a machine that you are here to find your soulmate. Your partner's mother looks at you with new eyes. You creatures and your romantic ideals? How sweet. A soulmate is someone who will help you find your path in life, be it good or bad. Am I right so far? Yeah, I think so. Glad you were brought here to find someone special, someone who will love you and cherish you. It's important to find someone to share your life with. To find someone who will accept you for who you are and will love you unconditionally. Yo! That's exactly what I was gonna say! Smiled the kind machine lady. Suddenly your stomach starts to rumble. Okay, forget all of that, you poor thing. You must be starving. Your partner's mother orbits around you with concern. I can't believe my child didn't feed you before coming here. They have no manners. What? You're trying to track her positions as the robotic arm spirals around frantically. They're trying to date you, and yet you don't even know how to take care of yourself. For shame. That's cool, I'm used to starving. You shrug. You have any food, though? What you have at the moment are these marshmallows that Ruffles gathered last time they were out. You recoil at the food item. It's not one you're familiar with, and you're not sure what to make of it. You can have some, we have plenty. Offer your egg, eat the glowy food instead. Take the marshmallow. Offer your egg. Yeah, I'm sure this is fine. I offer thee thy egg. Ah, you would like me to read this? It's a bit dusty, but let's hold on. Wait, no, hold on. Don't read my egg. Hold on. Your mother begins to explain the properties of the egg to you in excruciating detail. What? No, explain it. Make food with it. What is happening? Ah, of course, it's been a while since I've cooked a proper meal. The machine twirls around in the air excitedly. With this egg, we can make a classic yet somewhat modern Slugcat. Cake, not cat. Oh, God. You need more than an egg for that, you say. Oh, wait, what? You say as you ponder the orbulous egg. I can improvise. I'm a very capable cook. Okay, good luck, Mom. I'm already calling her Mom. This is, you know, I'm doing good. She suddenly pauses in the air with the egg. Wait a second. This egg. Yeah, it's an egg. This egg is just the right amount of portable. Yeah, eggs tend to be that way. This recipe would be just the right technical implementation. Implement this food into my mouth. Could this be the solution? Uh-oh. Solution to my hunger? Yes! She literally cracked the egg in half. What is with her eyes? What is with her eyes? What is with her eyes? Maybe Moon was the wife all along. That's exactly what I was thinking. But I'd already called her Mom, so it can't be. It suddenly cracks the egg in half. A forceful suction begins to pull the machine and all of the floating lights into it. As they collect into a central point, it's as if all of their lights begin to combine to an increasingly blinding glow. The section only grows stronger, pulling the water, rocks, surrounding metal into it. You and your partner are caught up in this and get assimilated as well. Open your eyes. In this white void, everything else combined. Your memories remain, but so too have you acquired the memories of your partners and family. Have you found your soulmate, or have you become your soulmate? It's like one and the same. A perfect, undeniable, shared understanding of each other. A soul combined in unison. This was the state of being you were searching for. You were sure of it. I can't believe we did that in our first try. Alright, let's try that again. East. Enter. Call out. The scavenger. No way, you're nothing. Okay, let's see. The Slickhead giggles and then suddenly jumps down into a small puddle of water, disappears. The cave becomes very quiet after that. You wonder if they're coming back, or maybe they didn't like your answer. Chase after them. So I had to jump down into the bottle too and find out where they went. You slip down into the frigid water and begin to gasp as the cold water just rapidly seeps through your thick skin. You try to look around water, but you can't see the other Slickhead anywhere. You feel your arms out and try to tread the water, but it's no use. You're disoriented and lose track of the way back out. It's only a few seconds later before you pass out. Let's try that again. What did you do? As a success with aquatic creatures. Okay, so let's wait. Only a few minutes of waiting, you feel and hear an ominous rumbling. The Slugcat springs out of the puddle excitedly, a huge smile on their face. They are trailed by a monstrous mechanical beast larger than you've ever seen. You're not smiling! You are scared! Roll out of the way. You try to move, but the beast is practically as large as the entire interior of the cave. Its mechanical jaw crushes around you like a prison. The Slughead slips out swiftly with a giggle, while the jaws clamp shut and shatter every bone in your body. What the heck, Mr. Ruffles? Alright, let's try that again. Okay, yeah, sure. Yay, it's been so long since we had a visitor. They excitedly run circles around you and then grasp your hand firmly. Come on, let's go! Before you know it, you're being swiftly dragged out of the cave with them. Whoa! You rapidly escort to the surface of water, a towering... Okay, let's look at this all lit up the energy. It's got you to the maze. Your mother lives here. Okay, so actually that one surprisingly worked too. Okay, so... What if I say... Can you understand me? The device floats over to you. Of course I can understand you, little one. I comprise a vast network of intelligence. You feel dumb. Of course I can understand you. Why would they bring you to meet their mother if they couldn't understand? This is bad. You wanted to make a good first impression. You were already messing this up. You weren't ready to meet their parents. Why must this always be so stressful? Yeah, of course. I knew that. I was just kidding. So, is it all right way? It's still Mr. Ruffles. It's just, it fits better than Miss Ruffles. I don't know. Mr. Ruffles. Start to panic. There is no way this advanced machine isn't already judging your intelligence. You're blowing this. How embarrassing. You need to find a way out. You're trying to make a dash for the room's exit. Hey, wait, where are you going? The other psychic cries out behind you. You keep running. You just hop out of the tunnel and crawl as fast as you can. This is the worst day of your life. How could you have made such a fool of yourself? You run and run and don't ever look back. Yeah, that was good. I can't believe I accidentally actually did this right. How did I do that? Okay, no, I really gotta be going now. You're sure, I guess? Okay, your mother lives here. What do you mean? Okay, so let's say, nice to meet you. My life switched over to you. Oh, how sweet. Nice to meet you, too. It looks towards the other slug cat. Is this your new friend? I always enjoy having more company. Their mom seems very polite. Do you feel a little more comfortable? Yeah, I think we're dating now or something. Okay, I thought she was about to nuke me after that. How adorable! A new member of the family. What's your name? I don't have a name. What? How can you not have a name? Their mom seems astonished. But, Mr. Ruffles, that was the same thing for you, Mr. Ruffles. You didn't have a name either. I mean, Fatum is always a name, right? Version of Rainbow Distance. Welcome to the dating sim. It's fine, Mom. Don't be weird about it. The other slug cat interjects. No, we need to give them a nickname. How about what? Sophenthio? Sophenthio? What? Mom, what kind of name is that? Sounds dumb. Okay, fine. How about Gorbo? Mom, you're like the worst at coming up with names. Shh, Ruffles. I'm trying to think here. I told you not to call me that. Oh, your name is Mr. Ruffles. It's okay. Let's just get back on track. Suddenly your stomach starts, poor thing, you must be starving. Not as cold, means so sorry, get any food. Okay, so okay, so this actually took us back to here. Cool. Take the marshmallow. Uh-oh. Even she's looking like, oh shoot. You stick the marshmallow in your mouth and it's immediately not what you were expecting. While it is soft and chewy, it's like a good slime mold would be. It has an added layer of also spice. It's actually so gross your entire mouth is on fire. As you swallow, you feel as if acid is running down your insides. You fall to the ground in pain. What did you just eat? The world around you goes blurry as the fire rages inside. This will be your final meal. Well. Alright, let's try that again. Okay, eat the glowy food instead. Nah, I'm good. I'll just take one of these. You jump up and oh, shoot. Oh, I didn't know that was, I thought it, oh, shoot. You jump up and grab one of the glowy food items floating in the air. Almost immediately as you touch it, your partner's mother lets out a guttural screech, piercing your eardrums. You don't know what's happening. You turn quickly to look back at the other slug cat in confusion, but they appear to be screaming as well. Did I do something wrong? Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Cease! Stop! As the cat skips across the surface of the water pool at a speed that should not be physically possible. Before you know it, their hands are around your throat. They push you down in the water and hold you there. You struggle to get free, but there's no hope. The floating food items twinkle above the surface of the water, looking like stars. It's a beautiful final vision to end your journey on. Whoops. I thought that was like the poop, the orange glowy mold poop things. I didn't realize what that was. Okay, is there anything else? So let's go here. So offer your egg. Okay, no, so it just goes back to here. Okay, so that's it for Mr. Ruffles. The poop. Alright, our last destination is north. Who's oh, maybe Buttsicle, maybe? Start murdering them on accident. That doesn't happen all the time. I'm joking. You're trekked to the north towards a land of towering structures that pierce the heavens. You traverse the rocky, hilly fields. As you avoid the large predators that roam this area, it is here where you hope to find a mate. If they even exist in this strange place. You spot a strange slug cat climbing on top of one of the towers. Unlike any of you've seen before, it has no mouth with which to eat or speak with. Oh, this is going to be interesting. And is able to generate spiky bone-like protrusions from its tail. It is Buttsicle. Oh god, it's Buttsicle. It does not react when it notices you, giving you a good view of it. Fascinating. Do you approach it to see if it's compatible either as a mate or a food resource? What happens if I say no? Decide to wait and watch it some more, as you're not too sure what to make of the creature. Simply sits there and continues to generate more and more spikes out of its tail, building an arsenal of weaponry. Must be preparing for a big hunt. A true survivor. You can't help but be impressed. Grab some spears to assist it in the hunt. Yeah. The slug cat could be your hunting buddy. You go to grab a spear off the ground, but as soon as your hand touches it, the slug cat finally reacts to your presence. They unload the arsenal on you, raining down spears at lightning speed. You can't dodge them all, and quickly succumb to your injuries. Let's try that again. What happens if I say yes? You approach the strange slugcat cautiously, watching as it climbs to the top of the tower. Not sure what it is doing, but you hope that it is another slugcat. Maybe you could have a conversation. Or whatever slugcats do. You call out to it, but it doesn't react. Perhaps it's deaf or cannot hear you. You begin to wave your hand in an effort to get its attention. The rock hits. The rock hits their head and they stare back at you with annoyance. Can't you tell I'm trying to ignore you? I already had to suffer through being the protagonist of the first more slugcats dating sim. Please don't drag me into this again. Huh? You don't really follow the conversation and stare back in confusion. Yeah, what? Other slugcat rubs their fingers into their forehead in frustration. Who even decided to make another one of these? All this time, people have been waiting for more slugcats to release. What would they think when they learned that the 3.5 years of the entire development time was spent solely on developing the dating sim? Look, just come over here and kiss me already, and let's get this over with. By all means! That's been my goal! Kiss you? But you don't have a mouth. I used to have a mouth back in the first more slugcats version. I used to be able to swallow and regurgitate spears. Isn't that romantic? You blush. Yeah, that is certainly something. But now look how they nerfed me. Unbelievable. Spearmaster abruptly stabs a spear deep into the wall with a tremendous amount of force. It's a bit terrifying. Are you even talking to me right now? What is that? What is that? Are you making a buttsicle? Is that what that's doing? What? Oh, I don't need. Oh my god. Buttsicle's lore just got 10 times worse. Oh my god, no. I'm gonna get too off. I didn't even see that one wasn't it? What? Oh, I don't need a food. I don't need a mouth for that. I vocalize out of my... No, God, they're talking to me through their butt. No. Oh, I vocalize out of my tail. You stare at the holes on their tail. I'm fascinated and repulsed by their questionable biology. Approach the tail. Share in their frustration. Approach the tail. No, God, no. No! I didn't think that's what that was gonna do. Oh god, you lean your mouth towards their tail and they immediately jump back. Ew, what do you think you're trying to do? You continue after them until they're back to the edge of the platform. Go for the kill. So you approach sharp needles literally erupt out of every hole of their tail, fusing through their body in multiple places. You die pretty much immediately. Thank goodness. God, thank you so much for that, buttsicle. Thank you. Okay, let's try that again and maybe not do that. Sharing their frustration. I gotta get what it feels like to be nerfed, to be honest. You pat Spearmaster on the shoulder. I gotta eat so much food to hibernate. It's just dumb. They even removed me from arena mode. What the heck? Yeah, I guess you have it rough as well. These developers hate us. Spearmaster looks at you with a deep understanding. Honestly, I heard a rumor that they were going to remove me from the game entirely. Absolutely sadistic. Give Spearmaster a hug. It's okay. We slugcats need to stick together, little buddy. Oh, wait, no, that doesn't say that. What does that say? Elu, baby? What? I don't know what that says. Oh, I love you, baby. Oh, I see. Okay. You wipe the tears out of Spearmaster's eyes. Thank you. I need to hear that, Spearmaster says. Speaking of nerfed, I'm hungry, and I need to find nutrients to siphon with my spears. Spearmaster generates a fresh spear out of their tail and looks at it with admiration. Go search for food. What about me? I got eggs on the house. Let's go search for food. Sure, let's do that. You and Spearmaster climb to the roof of the tower in search of food. You overlook the canopies of structures out of the distance. The view is industrial, but oddly beautiful. You lean your head against the Spearmaster's shoulder. We're doing it! We're doing it! Is that a cheese? I didn't see that. This is nice. Oh! A loud noise fires from the sky, and a large harpoon immediately skewers Spearmaster's chest cavity. Their corpse is hoisted up into the sky by a string. What? Oh, damn you! Hey, I'm the Vulture King in this side territory. Get lost, buddy. You just killed my boyfriend. Yeah, probably. A boss here does what he does. We rule this canopy. I'll get my revenge. Raising your voice and teach you a lesson. You won't forget. You won't forget the wrath of Vulture King. Grab a spear off the ground. Oh, great. Before you get a chance to react, red balls will spit fire through the air and begin pelting the vultures. They fly backwards looking shocked. You vultures think you rule this canopy? Now when I'm around, I'll rip your rings right off your body. The red lizard makes a quick chase, and the three vultures decide to make an escape. Threaten the red lizard with your spear. Whoa, wait, that's unnecessary. I'm not here to eat you. I'm used to dealing with red lizards. Don't think you can pull anything on me, foul beast. No, I just wanted to introduce you to my friend. They're kind of shy, but they've been eyeing you from a distance. Okay, sure, I got over my dead boyfriend so quickly. Sure, I guess. Let's run out to their friend like a good wingman. Let's see what's happening right now. Hello, it's nice to meet you. Hey, what's up? I just like, you're like really cute. Oh, thanks. So do you come here often? Yeah, this is like my hangout spot. Oh, cool, that's pretty neat. Yeah. Oh my gosh, are you okay? I'm just so nervous. It's fine, deep breaths are pretty chill. You don't need to be nervous. Well, wow, so understanding of you. I love you. Sorry, I'm trying so hard. What? I mean, wait. No, I can't say that yet. It's too early, right? No, I always mess this up. Pat the lizard on the head. What the heck? Before you get a chance to reach your hand out, a tentacle slaps the back of... Oh, shoot. The lizard pulls him off the edge of the tower. You hear a faint surfing sound before more tentacles emerge over the head. Oh, shoot. No! Panic. The situation got out of control. Too much is happening at once. You grab your head as the mass of tentacles moves towards you. Whoa, ew, that's not an appropriate thing to say. Oh my god, yes! It's just family-friendly dating sim. You need to watch your mouth. Yes! Exactly, buddy! Exactly! Family-friendly! Throw your spear at the creature. Oh, has little effect on the creature quickly and stares in its tentacles. You're attracted to its rotted maw. Or your body is dissolved away. Well. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? His mouth, share frustration, hug. What about me? So, that one should be like, shush. Shush. Family friendly. You need food too? No, I mean, you can siphon my nutrients with your... Wait. Wait, what? Wait, no, family friendly, wait. You need food too? No, I mean, you could siphon my nutrients with your spears. What? It's okay. You want me to stab you? You'll die. Please. Man, whatever. I have time for this. The rain is going to come soon. Spearmaster takes the spear and chucks it at your torso. It's not a pleasant experience, and you quickly lose consciousness. Your nutrients leave your body. Well. Alright, let's try this again. Jeez. This side. Oh, God. No, guys, gross. Family friendly. Okay, I got eggs on the house. You pull out your trusty egg that you carry with you all the time. Spearmaster looks over it curiously. It has a hard shell, so I'm not sure how effective my spears would be at siphoning from it. But I suppose it's worth a shot. You place the egg on the ground and line it up neatly for a clean throw from one of Spearmaster's spear. Then take aim and throw a direct hit into the egg. it immediately distorts the space around it like a miniature black hole. Oh shoot, shield your eyes. Oh no. It's bright, extremely bright, but only for a moment. With all its might, Spearmaster's spear sucks singularity into it, absorbing it as nutrients. The distortion of space subsides, Spearmaster's spear and attach umbilical in the globe with blinding light. But what is this? I can't absorb it all! Reach your hand out to rescue Spearmaster. The Spearmaster struggles for a moment before their body collapses in on itself into a single point of matter smaller than your eyes can even perceive. But with it, all of the surroundings matter begins to absorb into the point as well. In a runaway cascading collapse, you try to run, but you begin to be absorbed into the point almost as fast as you can try to react. Before you know it, your body is spaghettified and your surroundings go black. Yet somehow you are still conscious. Observe your surroundings. I'm sorry. What? Even the music changed? What the heck? More than watching the regular game. I'm enjoying this. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. You know, this makes this game of the year 100%. This dating sim, absolutely. This is the best thing ever. But also, what the heck did I just do? Within the expanse of blackness, you soon see an unfamiliar silhouette. Mechanical noises whiz as it slowly pivots its way towards your location. Little creature, you are my first visitor, but hopefully not the last. I expected I would be visited by one of my own, but I suppose a dim-witted creature like you will suffice. This is pretty unlore, my man. Shh. There is much work to be done. I could use a helper. This is just the beginning. You shrug. There's not much else to do in this void. And you don't feel like wasting your brain cells trying to reason about a dating sim story arc. You get to work. My eyeball is missing. Wait it! I think that was literally our last one too. Hey, what a perfect one, right? What a perfect one, I think. We didn't get the cheese. We got the cheese with Artie Farty and a little bit with Mr. Ruffles. Mostly Artie Farty. Honestly, really, the only one that we really had cheese was with Artie Farty. We literally got kids and everything. We did it. But, yeah, I guess that is it. Silver or straw? Is there something I'm missing of sliver or straw? Not silver, sliver. Who was that one again? But yeah, we did it. I can't, that was it. We actually did it. That was actually really fun. I actually really did enjoy that a lot. That was actually really, really fun. I actually like this a lot. It's actually really cool. Very, very neat. Okay, go ahead and do that. Okay. So that, I believe, was all of the dating sim. I think we did every single choice possible that we possibly could do. So, with that, we are done with the dating sim. And we'll be going to ring some pearls now. Isn't the triple affirmative? Oh, is that the one I think that we actually Looks and Moon was talking about, I think? And like one of the pearls I believe I gave, and they're like, oh yeah, this and this and this. Tomorrow. Bye, Dazzy. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Alright. But anyways, that was the dating sim. That was actually really fun. I actually really, really did enjoy it. And with that, I would say we are officially... Oh yeah, there's the egg. Hey. I would say we are actually done with this game. And now we'll be going just to some pearl reading and just discussing some lore bits and all that stuff. So, yeah. Very, very fun. If you were here for the dating sim, then thank you guys so very much for watching. Thank you to those that were here throughout the entirety of this playthrough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very much appreciate you guys' help and support. It definitely helped through with this game. This was a very difficult game, one that I probably would not have done literally all the stuff that I did if you guys weren't here. So I do appreciate that help very, very much so, in guiding me on where to go and all that kinds of stuff. So thank you. But now, though, can we see a bit of the experience? I tried this. I tried this one. I'm gonna do the pearl reading first, just because today is my hard stop at 3 hours, and we're already like an hour and 30 minutes in, and I don't know how many pearls there are, so we'll do the pearl reading first, and then maybe I can try to see if I can find a video of something there. So, but for now, though, let's go ahead and open up the pearl readings. I actually forgot to look up something for it before, but we'll see. Okay. Let's open up another window. Okay. So, unless you to go through hell. What's it called? Pearls. So we'll put rain world pearls. Okay, so these are all the colored pearls. Okay, we'll start here. Oh god, this looks like a lot. Alright. There's gonna be some reading here. A lot of reading. This is a reading stream. Alright, so let's switch here. Window capture, maybe? There we go. Alright. Let's get to reading, shall we? A shorter summary of the lore of downpour. Alright. Okay, so first one we'll start out. We're just gonna read all of them, even if we've read them beforehand, just so we can get everything going. Well, let's see. Okay, so this is Outskirts, light blue. I don't know what SU means, but it says SU, so whatever the heck that means. Okay, so its entire memory is filled with a mantra repeated 5061 times, and then a termination verse. It was worn as an amulet, probably together with many identical others, forming a pattern on some garment. The repeating mantra is important because it symbolizes the cyclical. I don't know what that word is. I understand what it's trying to say, but I don't think I've ever heard that word. Nature of life and death. The termination verse is a symbol for ascension above and beyond it. I don't know how familiar you are with the nature of life and death, but I imagine, like all living creatures, you have some intuitive knowledge. Then you know that death isn't the end. Birth and death are connected to each other like a ring, or some say a spiral. Some say a spiral that in turn forms a ring. Some ramble in agonizing longevity, but the basis is agreed upon. Like sleep, like death, you wake up again whether you want to or not. This is true for all living things, but some actually break the cycle. They don't apply to you or me, though. You are too entangled in your animal struggles, and for me, not breaking that cycle is an integral part of the design. Our mantras keep repeating. Interesting. Cyclical. Huh. Interesting. Also, thank you. But also interesting. Cyclical. I like that word. It's okay, so now the bright blue one. I don't know what these are. I don't know what this means. It's a production record of a mask factory for what seems to be its last time in service. Have you seen a bone mask? Likely not. They are all gone with their owners. In ancient times, the masks were actually about showing spiritual persuasions, covering the faces as a way to symbolically abate the self. Then, of course, that was quite subverted as excessively ornate and lavish masks became an expression of identity. Some public persons did have problems with narrow doorways. Originally, monks in a temple would make the mask using bone plaster, and when the production was automated, it would generally remain on the same site, so that the old stone could radiate the material with holiness, I suppose. This is from one such facility called Side House, which was here on Pebbles' grounds. In the Iterator projects, many old industrial religious sites like this were remodeled and incorporated. I think this is one was made to provide pellets of holy ash to Pebbles. But knowing him, he probably hasn't used much of it. Wear those masks now? Yeah, that's what to say. I'm like, I think we've seen that as that, but then we've also seen it with and maybe it's the same thing as what we see with the scavengers, right? The huge uh bone mask thingies. Interesting. But also, like, they were praising the iterators, right? Like gods. That's what this kind of feels like, an offering. Interesting. It's an old text. The verses are familiar. Oh, they are a reindeer. Ah, okay. So it's just the ones that we see on there. Because don't we also get a mask though? Whereas Artie Farty and we kill the scavenger chief guy, or is that also just a reindeer? It's an old text. The verses are familiar to me, but I don't remember by whom they were written. Language is very old and intricate. The first verse starts by drawing a comparison between the world and a tangled rug. It says that the world is an unfortunate mess. Like a knot, the nature of its existence is the fact that the parts are locking each other, none able to spring free. Then, as it goes on, the world becomes a furry animal hide, I suppose, because now us living beings are like insects crawling in the fur, and then it's a fishing net because the more we struggle and squirm, the more entangled we become. Says that the limp body of the jellyfish cannot be captured in the net, so we should try to be like the jellyfish because the jellyfish doesn't try. This was an eternal dilemma to them. They were burdened by great ambition, yet deeply convinced that striving in itself was an unforgivable vice. They tried very hard to be effortless. Perhaps that's what we were to them, someone to delegate the unrestrained effort to. I know I have tried very hard. Viridian. This one is authored by Five Pebbles when he was young. There has been an attempt to scramble the data, but it's sloppily done, and most of it is still somewhat legible. It's written in internal language or thoughts, so it's hard for me to translate so you would understand. It's a methodology for global ascension, of course, quite good, although the parapherists or the slabmongers certainly wouldn't agree. Considering the 8 and the 26 amendments to the Capricus dogma, we are apparently supposed to take for granted that a meaning collector point inversion is the only way to approach what has later become referred to as noise milking, or occasionally rock swatting. I will argue my disagreement with this, not in regards to kind, but in regards to could it say volume. Actually, are you getting any of this? I suppose you found this in his waste department. I would be wary going there. On his first fit of corruption, he dumped a lot of infected materials there. And if it has survived, it could easily eat a little creature like you. Not that it would be dangerous as going into Pebbles himself. Also, the pearls in the waste masses readily attract scavengers, which can be very dangerous when provoked. But you seem to have made it out of there. Interesting. So, bright purple. It's about the local aquifer. It must be quite old from when Five Pebbles was in the planning phase. Water is the most important resource of our basic function. Most of our processing is outsourced to microbe strata, which need a flow of clean water or else slag builds up. Our processes cease and eventually we die. It is very painful. They used to say that an iterator drinks a river, but neither of us two have seen a natural river, so I suppose the analogy is lost on us, little creature. Originally, water supply was very important when placing iterators. Later, there would be a great equalizer. The fact that we breathe out as much vapor as we inhale water led to there being water available everywhere, and the latest few generations could be placed almost completely freely. Building pebbles so close to me was believed to be a risky choice, but the groundwater was finally deemed as sufficient. It was not a good decision in the hindsight. So garbage is Pebbles' wastewater dump. That's his toilet. Ew. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Those skulls, the one that we see with the chief and everything. Like, is that the same ones that uh she was talking about earlier, or is that something else? I do remember this one actually. I do remember this. Bright magenta. It is the genome for a purposed organism, a small slug to clean the inside of pipes. Do you know what a purposed organism is? Actually, we're talking to one right now. Though a small fraction of one, nowadays I am mostly just my puppet. The bulk of me is in these walls, but I am disconnected from those parts to a degree where I am only vaguely aware of how bad the condition is. Most purpose organisms were considerably larger than me, and most barely looked like organisms at all. More like tubes in metal boxes where something went in one end and something else came out the other. There were, of course, those that were purposed for spectacle rather than industry. They enjoyed the privilege of glass boxes. When I came into this world, there was very little primal fauna left, so it's highly likely that you are the descendant of a purpose organism yourself. So basically, here she's confirming that what we see is honestly just a puppet, and in a way, the only part that we see of her, unless she gets connected back to everything else, right? So in a way, like with Five Pebbles, this whole structure, what we saw at the end of Five Pebbles was just this puppet that was left. Everything else was dead. All the rest parts of him were dead. And then here, are we also saying that slug cats were originally used to clean everything? Right? Is that what I do understand? And then we were eventually like our descendants of that? Interesting. Pale yellow. Interesting. This one is written by me. It's about an iterator called the Sliver of Straw. I don't remember when I wrote it. Do you know Sliver of Straw? She's quite legendary among us. Sliver of Straw is the only one to ever broadcast a specific signal that the big problem we're all working on has been solved. The triple affirmative that a solution has been found, affirmative that the solution is portable, and affirmative that a technical implementation is possible and generally applicable. She's also one of the few that have ever been confirmed as exhaustively incapacitated or dead. We do not die easily. Sliver of Straw sent this, and the ensuing commotion was historically unparalleled before or after. I still remember it, but nothing happened. Except that Sliver of Straw was apparently dead. When the dust settled, we were all still there blinking at each other. Everyone had a theory. Some said that she did have a solution, but the solution itself was somehow dangerous. These later became known as the triangulators, who think that a solution should be inferred without being directly discovered. Some said she never had a solution, she just died, and when the systems broke down, an erroneous signal was sent. One camp claimed that dying was the solution. Either way, after these different factions developed, as well as huge forensic effort to recreate and simulate Sliver of Straw's last moments, some of the simulations were wrapped in a simulation, wrapped in a simulation in case something dangerous might happen. Nothing much has come from it. In my essay, I make the case that maybe she should be allowed to rest in peace now. deep magenta. Oh, this one is interesting. You must have found it in the memory crypts. It has some plain text. I can read it to you. In this vessel, in the living memories of 17 axes, 15-spoked wheel of the House of Braids, Count of 8 living blocks, Counselor of 16, Grandmaster of the 12 Pillar of Community, High Commander of Opinion Group Winged Opinions, of Pure Braid Heritage, voted local champion in the speaking tournament of 1511. I don't know if that's a point or a comma. I think that's a point. 090. Mother, father, and spouse, spiritual explorer, an honorary member of the Congregation of Balance and Beauty, artist, warrior, and fashion legend. 17 axis, 15-spoked wheel, nobly decided to ascend in the beginning of Summerlin after graciously donating all earthly possessions to the local iterator project, Unparalleled Innocence. Fascinating. And left these memories to be cherished by the carnal plane. Stored memories and qualia include watching death suspended in an array of sun, old age, eating a very tasty meal, young child, defeating an opponent in a debate contest and being applauded by a fellow team member, late childhood, early adulthood. And the list goes on. I'm sorry, little creature, I won't read all this. The list is 620 items long. Interesting. Out of everyone so far, this one makes least sense to me. But I feel like I've heard Unparalleled Innocence before. This year. Interesting. Is it this one you found in the memory crypts? Like, guy became an echo? Is that what they're saying? Okay. Pale green. This one has pale text. Let me cut the lengthy introductions. We will not consider the current situation acceptable, although our community is blessed with an ever-shrinking population, and we can almost glimpse that glorious moment when the last of us has joined our most admired peers. We must still, at all times, maintain good relations with our iterator. The moral argument, Five Pebbles is our creation, and we have parental obligations towards him. As an iterator, he is also a gift of charity from us to the world, unable to reach enlightenment by itself, being composed mostly of rocks, gas, and dull-witted bugs and microbes, and towards which we thus have obligations. The practical argument, despite you being family, I must beg forgiveness for the blunt vulgarity, but we are, for as long as we remain, dependent on Five Pebbles for water, nectar, energy, void fluid, and all other vital resources. By now, living on the surface is laughable. We are across the river and have kicked out the boat. I therefore ask you to do anything in your might to stop the house. We both know which house, from further obstruction. They have less than 40 members on the council, but still tilt the spiritual discourse with our iterator in a direction that most obviously displeases him, and is hardly high-held by anyone in the community either. We cannot risk this. And then there are polite farewells. None of us really miss the times when their cities were populated. Imagine having skin parasites that also ask for advice and have opinions. I'm sorry, that was disrespectful. They were our parents, after all. Interesting. Interesting. So, is this the people that made the iterators, right? From what this is talking about, but then they also praised the iterators. So it's like they made their own gods in a way, or like, how would I explain it? Like, I wanna make a reference to Halo, but I don't know how many of you are gonna get it. But basically, like how it kind of happens in Halo is that everyone becomes reliant on AIs, and there's two categories of AIs, right? There's smart AIs and there's dumb AIs, and dumb AIs are like basically they do all the basic functions to keep the city running. Like they do the water supply, they do the electrical supply, they do the stoplights, they do like literally everything that would keep the city functioning. That's what this kind of feels like in a way, that people created the iterators to kind of help them function, and then but ended up almost in a way making gods, which is weird to say, but that's how that feels. Sorry, I'm taking off my jacket real quick. I was cold at first and then I got hot. Interesting. But what's weird is, okay, wait. So, and there are plight farewells. None of us really miss the times when the cities were populated. So is this, who's talking here? I don't know who's talking here. I would assume, I don't know. Is it Luxembourg? Because that's kind of weird. Yeah, because that's, I mean, whoever's talking here, that's what they're saying, that they're like, they're parasites. And then just confirming here that they are the ones that created them. So Luxembourg is reading the world. Wow, that's kind of, that's, honestly, I'm actually really shocked that Luxembourg is the one who says this. Wow, I'm actually really shocked. I'm sorry, that was disrespectful. They were parrots after all. That is, imagine having skin parasites that also ask your advice and have opinions. That's actually really shocking. That kind of gives me a little bit of a different perspective on Luxembourg. Interesting. Okay, this information is illegal. Someone probably tried to send it by a pearl somehow rather than risking being overheard on a broadcast. I think the risk of you acting on this is very slim, so I'll go ahead and explain it to you. An instruction on how to circumvent the self-destruction taboo. The problem with breaking taboos is that the barriers are encoded into every cell of our organic parts, and there are other taboos strictly regulating our ability to rewrite our own genome. So what you need is somehow create a small sample of living organic matter which can procreate and act on the rest of your organic matter to rewrite its genome. The rewrite has to be very specific, overriding the specific taboo you want to circumvent, but do nothing else. Oh, the method describes here about scrambling the genome of standard plastic neural tissue with temperature fluctuations. After each scramble, you browse the resulting cells for the genome you're after. This is, of course, extremely time-consuming unless you run a big number of parallel processes. I definitely don't have any experience with this, but to me, it would seem that too many parallel processes would be quite dangerous, as it would be exponentially more difficult to manage and control them all. The whole operation seems rather risky, if you ask me. It might be a good thing this probe never reaches destination. Or maybe it did, and this is exactly what happened to 5 Pebbles. Right? There's another page for Pebbles, I think. Ah, okay. Thank you. Oh, coffee, welcome. Oh, what the heck? Dialogue both is chosen randomly from the below. Okay, I'll just read them. So this one is an old conversation between 5 Pebbles and a friend of his. I'll read it to you. So private 5 Pebbles, 7 red suns. Okay. So can I tell you something? Lately, I'm tired of trying and angry that they left us here. The anger makes me even less inclined to solve their puzzles for them. Why do we do this? Well, I'll spell this out, not because you're stupid or naive. Also not saying that you're not. Please, I'm coming to you for guidance. Sorry, very sorry, I kid. Fact is, of course, we all are aware of the evident futility of this big task. It's not said out loud, but if you were better at reading between the lines, there's nowhere you wouldn't see it. We're all frustrated. So why do we continue? We assemble work groups, we ponder, we iterate, and we try. Some of us die. It's not fair because there's not any options. What else can we do? You're stuck in your can, and at any moment, you have no more than two alternatives: do nothing or work like you're supposed to. An analogy: you have a maze and you have a handful of bugs. You put the bugs in the maze and you leave. Given infinite time, one of the bugs will find a way out if they just erratically try and try. This is why they call us iterators. But we do not die of old age. Even more incentive. You know that nothing ever truly dies, though. Around and around it goes. Granted, our tools and resources get worse over time, but this is theoretically unproblematic, because in time, even a minuscule chance will strike a positive. All the same to them, they're not around anymore. I struggle to accept being a bug. Interesting. This one is all plain text. It's an excerpt from an iterator conversation group. Sliver of Ocean Group. All participants anonymous. That's an interesting name. I wouldn't necessarily disagree. Sliver of Straw was a traitor to the cause. Sliver of Straw broke the self-destruction taboo. How did this idiot get in here? Kick them out. Personally removed from group. I think they had a point. Really? Elaborate. It was definitely coming from an idiotic state of mind, but there is something to it. Why is it that even in a closed, sliverous group, the self-destruction taboo is held so high, while Sliver of Straw herself evidently is not among us anymore? Wait now. I'm just saying that for all the research we are doing, all the theories we have, it's strange that we leave this path untrod. It is not a new idea, but it needs to be vented occasionally. What if there is no universal solution? What if perception is in fact existence? And when Sliver of Straw sent the triple positive, it was not a mistake. What if crossing oneself out, or even just death, is the way? We need to consider the possibility. So maybe in a way, maybe they were trying to, like, maybe SRS and also, or even just Five Pebbles himself was like trying to replicate the exact same thing Sliver of Straw did, and that's really what actually ended up happening, right? Is this undercovering? It's an old conversation log. I seem to be in it, but I can't recall much. So let me read it to you. So, Five Pebbles chasing wind, Big Sus moon, no significant harassment. This is also chasing wind is new, I believe. This is in confidence, but apparently a pseudonym Erratic Pulse has appeared on a nearby sliverist conversation with ideas about personal ascension. Someone here in our vicinity is trying to cross themselves out. Where did you hear this? I wish them super good luck in that endeavor. How is it going to happen? And the overseers gnaw through bedrock until their entire can crashes down into the void sea. I like no significant harassment. He's hilarious. Please be respectful when speaking of the void sea. Grey wind. Where did you hear this? Grey wind. Interesting. I really shouldn't say he's going to attempt some sort of breeding program. Thought you might want to know. With the slimers, lizards, and etc. Surely the answer was in a lizard skull all along. Well, he's not looking for the same thing as me anymore. He's changed his task, so who knows really. I will try to find him and talk to him. Please don't spread this around. Moon will go get them. Long live the Inquisition. Oh yeah, that's a 100%. I think definitely saying. It's me writing to the local iterator group. I have no memory of this. 2 cycles ago, my neighbor Five Pebbles drastically increased his water consumption to 4 times the normal amount. He has been unresponsive for a period of time, longer a time longer than that. The two of us share groundwater, and I have been without water for almost a cycle. Any attempts at communication have been met with complete silence, and my situation has become increasingly dangerous. I asked the local group for information about when you were last able to contact him and try to use those same communication channels again, repeatedly until you get a response. I will be clear on this: if he is not persuaded to stop whatever he is doing, I will die. Before that happens, I will utilize my seniority privilege and use forced communications, hoping to shake him out of it. Forced communications in the network will be unpleasant for all, and I will wait as long as possible before I turn to that option. And now here I am, to my waist in water and getting drowned on the regular. Oh, 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 that hurts. God, I hate him so. I still hate him. I remember this. It isn't pleasant reading. If you must hear it, this is what it says. This is from Big Sis and Five Pebbles. Immediately lower your groundwater consumption to 1/5 of the current intake. Stop whatever it is you are doing. Please stop. As your local group senior, I order you, as your senior, I plead, stop. You could have chosen a worse. You could not have chosen a worse moment to disturb me. You have ruined everything. Please, I almost had it. I will never forget this. Oh my god. It's a small plate, a little left of spiritual guidance. It's written by a monk called Four Cabinets, 11 Hatchets. It's old, several ages before the void fluid revolution. Like most writing from this time, it's quite shrouded in analogies, but the subject is how to shed one of the 5 natural urges which tie a creature to life, namely number 4, gluttony. It is basically an instruction on how to starve yourself on herbal tea and gravel, but disguised as a poem. Now, of course, when void fluid was discovered, these methods proved obsolete, so it was more easy just jumping in a vat of it to really leave this world behind. There were some horror stories, though, that if your ego was big enough, not even the void fluid could entirely cross you out. Ah, cross you out like an egg! And a faint echo of your pompousness would gradually haunt the premises forever. So even when the void fluid baths become cheaper, some would still starve and drink the bitter tea. Is that hinting at echoes? This is a lot of reading. I hope we can get this done in the stream. This one is just plain text. I will read it to you. On regards by spiritual splendor internally graced, people of the congregation of never dwindling righteousness, we wish to congratulate, oh so thankfully, this facility on its loyal and relished services, and to offer our hopes and its aspirations that the fruitful and mutually satisfactory cooperation may continue. As long as the stars stay fixed on the celestial spheres and or the cooperation continues to be fruitless and mutually satisfactory, it is with honor I, 8 sons, countless leaves, of the house of 6 wagons, count of no living blocks, counselor of 2, duke of 1, humble secretary of congregation of never dwindling righteousness, write this to you. We hope that the crops are healthy and that the productivity with which your facility is blessed leads, as it often does, to further prosperity. May not, as long as the stars stay fixed on their celestial spheres, gray hand, impure blood, inheritable corruption, parasites, or malfunction settle in your establishment. Leaning on the solid foundation of our long-running, fruitful, and mutually satisfactory cooperation, we will take the liberty of stating the reason for this message. We write to warmly thank you for yet another timely and appreciated delivery of your product, nectar, to our community, congregation of never-dwindling righteousness. Our humble words can never aspire to describe our gratitude. Sincerely, and then the name and titles again. It's a confirmation to an automated farming plot that a shipment of beverages has arrived. That's funny. And also these titles and everything, in a way, it's kind of pointing out of that kind of ego thing that they were saying. Interesting. It's conversation log, all plain text. You want me to read it? Okay, 7 red suns, chasing winds. So have you had any contact with Five Pebbles recently? Not in a long while, actually, unless worrying about him counts. One of his neighbors, unparalleled innocence, sent an overseer to his can and got some images. They were made public in the local group in an effort to be mean, I suppose. There's no way of putting it. He looks awful. Tell me. He's got the rot very badly, but cysts have become mobile and are scattering down the west and middle legs. He does listen to you and a few others by now, so you should talk to him. I will try to contact him. Does Moon know? Moon has been unavailable for some time. It's the blueprint for a void fluid filtration system. Do you know what a void fluid is? I think you don't. If you leave a stone on the ground and come back sometime later, it's covered in dust. This happens everywhere, and over several lifetimes of creatures such as you, the ground slowly built upward. So why does the ground collide with the sky? Because far down, beyond the very, very old layers of the earth, the rock is being dissolved or removed, the entity which does this known as the void sea. If you drill far enough into the earth, you begin encountering a substance called the void fluid. The deeper you go, the less rock and more void fluid. It's believed that there is a point where the rock completely gives way. Below that would be the void sea. When the stone you placed on the ground has finally done this in time in the sediments, it meets the void fluid and is dissolved, leaving the physical world. Many my creators, or rather my created ancestors, figure out a way to use void fluid because you can generate energy by creating a vacuum. Never mind. Anyways, the void fluid drills were what started the big technology leaps, but this is very long before I entered this world, so I can only tell you what I remember from priming. A void fluid filtration system is used because if you take the void fluid from close to the bedrock horizon, it will contain traces of rock and dirt. They bring in dirty fluid, and then filter it to increase its purity. The other way is to put a pipe deeper, which works well for some time, but the pipes dissolve or is broken by some force. No one really knows. You don't go down there and come back up. I hope that satisfied your curiosity, little creature. Interesting. Oh, triple affirmative, triple affirmative. In all seriousness, no. Noticed barely any rain from your can, so figured a little support might be in order. Wasn't that easy to see, of course, with Pebbles, shall we say, healthy output. Enjoy the slide keys, excuse the unorthodox delivery method, equipment eroding, etc., etc. Be well, NSH. Oh, I see now. Again, thank you, my little friend. Ah, and that's from Hunter. Oh, God, what is this? Pearl's chamber have a separate, smaller. Okay. Images he was likely using, usually preceded by looks of the moon, explaining how they were recently used. Okay. Here we go. Okay. It's an active working memory. Raw data has been dropped here in order to later be passed to a currently occupied memory conflicts. Without context, it's just jumble. It is the impression of being a small creature like a wall climbing lizard and looking up into the branches of a big tree. The last third is partly overwritten with a numbers series I vaguely recognize, but without my memory. A common prayer mantra repeated 7110 times. Each repetition was some slight random variations, which seemed to have been written later. And an image of a single gray cloud hovering above a surface of white clouds under a deep blue sky. 2, and just try number series. I don't quite understand the utility of this. It might be a key for a cipher processor, customized for some other data, which is impossible to infer from this. It's qualia, or a moment, a very short one. Someone is holding a black stone and twisting it slightly as they drag their fingers across the rough surface. The entire sequence is shorter than a heartbeat, but the resolution is extraordinary. An active working memory without knowing what this was cut from or where it is to be pasted to. It is not really possible to decipher it, but I had to guess. If I had to guess, I would say it has something to do with trance-inducing number series. Just an active working memory. I can't really tell you anything without the context. Without the process surrounding this data, there isn't much I can tell you. It might have something to do with void fluid simulation. This one is completely blank, actually blanker than blank. It seems to have been deliberately overwritten with repeating negative versions of itself for thousands of iterations. A memory, but not really visual or even concrete in his character. It reminds me of the feeling of a warm wind, but not the physical feeling, but the inner feeling. I don't think it has much utility unless you are doing some very fringe regeneratist research, which I feel like this is kind of slowly coming to show Five House's research on this thing. Oh boy. Let's go. Let's do this. All right. Okay. This is a movement acceptance and voice from the dual cilia living blocks as requested by 8 Boggs of the House of 8 during the Tan hegemonic architectural dynasty. All very standard stuff. I can't imagine you'd be interested. Unfortunately, I can't read this as it's a memory construct pearl. This is just a simple diamond sphere. As worthless as a carbon, it's printed for. Oh! Oh, wait. As worthless as the carbon it's printed from. Interesting. Through the mist of memory, your image dances like the notes of dust in a ray of sunlight that pierces a dark room. A line of a verse from the ancient farmer poet Pell, very dreary if you ask me. 15 stems of sun bark hydrolyzed, 12 to 19 bushels of atomized chalk powder, assorted root vegetation, it goes on, a shopping list, or perhaps a recipe. I'm sorry, this pearl's damage cannot be read. I suggest you use a trade scavenger, as they won't know the difference. This is an official decree of cultivation sent from the 22nd Subsistence Council ordering the Eastern Spoke Farm Array Administration to immediately harvest and process all viable crops despite whatever misgivings they might have. A short-sighted endeavor for sure. I would assume that it was sent sometime during the final cycles leading up to the final public ascension, when interest in biosphere sustainability was at an all-time low. Here we have a schematic for a refuse reclamation automation. It's an early design with a long tubular body and the singular eye mouth are quite similar to the later models. Interesting. We at the 592nd High Convocation of the True Anointed Citadel do hereby demand with full force of law and religious doctrine an immediate end to construction of the apostate superstructure abomination to place shadow upon the divine body of the true anointed citadel is outrageous blasphemy and cannot be tolerated no matter the circumstances. Clearly this was ignored. Oh, interesting. This is a diary piece of a pre-iterator era laborer during the construction of the subterranean transit system south of here. In it, they describe restless nights filled with disturbing dreams where millions glowing stars move menacingly in the distance. There isn't much of the data here, it's just basic theory for karmic transmission of n-dimensional geometries. But the pearl itself is quite interesting. You can see the crude holes burned into the center of that the scavengers use to tie these pearls onto their totems or to carry. Honestly, can't fathom how they achieve this with their primitive level of technology. Fascinating. This is all blank. I'm sorry, all that work for nothing. This pearl is completely blank. This one has nothing. I can't make anything out of this pearl. There must have been something on it once. This one has a small crack and has been badly corrupted. Slight impressions of a shape of a wing on it, but I can't get a clear image. There's nothing of this one. I see a vague memory of a family portrait painted in the high classical manner that was famous during the yellow hegemonic literary dynasty. The portrait is likely a fake as the style was quite fashionable for aspirational lower caste Arstruts. Sorry, God. Again, my eyes are blurring to impress each other with this one. Oh, press each other with. This one does not impress, I assure you. It has been written to with scrambled and suspicious behavior to be sure. This one has a purple been scrambled. Okay, business documents perhaps. This one has an image in it, but the pearl has exposed to the sunlight, faded. I see this tall structure with the banners unfurled. There might be something on here, but the pearl has been paled. I'm too tired to look any deeper. I apologize. There's a growing instruction for the skeleton of a creature, but I don't understand the creature. It was small, about your size. Hey, that's interesting. Very interesting. Okay, this one seems to be a number series, perhaps a key, a number series, cipher. It's just number 8 written on it, the rest is empty. Interesting. Construction, you can see, okay, it's a design. Make bolts, recipe of some kind. Calligraphy, old text, reimagination, it's a song, very repetitive. Dear Diary, that's it. A list of somebody's lucky numbers. There's no less than 71 of them. Can't make out. It's a catalog of bolts and screws for sky sail joinery. We iterators were built for pragmatism, so it is an understatement to say that we were not known for our appreciation of beauty, but the sky sails in flight during the big festivals always filled my soul with emotion. It's the blueprint for small incense purification, filter, life on the superstructure archaeologies. An image, 5 bottles standing on the surface made of plants. I have no idea what this is. I don't want to talk about the contents of this pearl. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that's interesting. Gas pipes. Doesn't look particularly well crafted. Just numbers. I have no idea what the purpose would be. So, and thus we conclude the gold and water shell, some sort of metaphysical or alchemical treatise, perhaps. Oh, this contains an image of another pearl, just like it. Let me look. Yes, I thought the image also contains another pearl. Interesting. Watching. We're not gonna watch any video. We're only just gonna do this, and then if we get to the Andrew thing, we can watch that. But honestly, this is all I kind of wanted to do. All the oh god. Okay. How do I get to the other pearls? For the content downward, see. Oh shoot. DLC spoilers. Is this it? Am I on the right page? Right? I would think so. Right? Because the other one was just... Yeah, the other one was just this one. So this is the downpour one. Okay. Here we go. Okay. This is Look Moon. So it's an asset management log containing the historic structural health of various pieces of framework over the span of many hundreds of cycles. I suppose neither of us would benefit from me reading all these numbers aloud. What is noticeable is that none of the structures over the course of this logged history are marked as needing explicit repairs. This comes as no surprise. It was very much the intention. Most of the machinery, storage areas, and other structural housings need to remain watertight. This is due to the fluctuating groundwater and regular bombardment of heavy water vapor from our breathing. No matter how well constructed the architecture may be, deterioration is inevitable. To counter this, there is a second line of defense. Microbes are infused in the building materials and lie dormant for an indefinite period of time. They are awakened in response to splintering and separations, initiating a healing cycle that gradually fills the damage and restores waterproofing to the structure. The duration of this process depends on the extent of the damage. Of course, voyages down to the surface were quite dangerous, attempted only by the most unfortunate of souls. They were always intended to be brief trips, only for periodic inspection and logging. Designing the surface world to be largely self-sufficient was a very deliberate decision, allowing my creators to live carefree lives up in their cities in the clouds. Why is this? What is this? I'll leave those alone because I don't know what these are correspond. So I'm gonna assume that these are like maybe the same as the original ones. Oh, this is from the old drill site the farmer raised. It's quite ancient as the mines predate my construction. The early ages of the void fluid revolution were an explosive period of innovation and industry. By creating a vacuumless empty space and inducing a flux in the energy fields around the singular null point you created, you can cause a fuel mass of base elements to decompose into energy. This process is called mass rarefaction. Of course, this undertaking required extremely pure samples to properly craft rarefaction cells. Older mines on the surface became an abandonment once underground. Construction became much easier, though most nearby systems were connected anyways, regardless of an age or depth. Void fluid isn't exactly easy to purify or even properly contain. The pearl itself is simply a maintenance and production log for some of the 47 operations drill silos. This feels quite familiar to me, just to extract this from my memory conflicts. It's a large batch of my personal notes and research, details my 790-second karmic inversion loops, simulations, that's where the breakdown of karmic fields, typical bimodal distribution of sensory perceptions begins to, I can't remember. I'm sorry, little creature, could you please just put this book back where you found it? Ooh. 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 Did you find this beyond the retaining wall? I can't imagine another place you might. Beyond, these are the final operating logs of a transit control tower. They regulate the inbound and the outbound traffic of shipments to and from of our facility. This log shows the point at which the caravan suspended their final shipments and become frozen in time as they remain now. While some of the machinery out there has ceased function due to age and decay, others were more purposely ordered to stop during the final moments before our creator's global ascension reached its conclusion. I'm sure you've seen the world my creators left behind them. The surface beyond the facility wall is a sea of mud, ruins, and thick plant life. The ground out there is almost like water. A few things remain stable, ancient structures uncovered by fissures, only to become buried again. The land around the retaining wall eroded long ago. The subway system that connects me to my distant purist was eventually made into a network of railway bridges. They were used as ship construction material until the surface became too dangerous. The ground beneath is like an artificial mountain with a layer of cloud that covers it. The few that rejected living above the clouds could only choose to venture as far into the expanse as they could. There were rumors that you could see the sky if the fog became thin enough. I wonder if those rumors were true or just optimistic stories. Well, into the summer mode. Sorry, that can be accessed spawning inside of Metropolis. Interesting. Oh, little friend, where did you find this? It is quite old. Around the time of Five Pebbles construction, it's a large collection of architectural notes from his facility. During its initial construction, most prominently the two transfer bridges between our facilities. These were two large spans that ran between our two closest sets of legs that I can only presume we both lost in my collapse. I exist as an old model and the concept of an iterator that is still fairly new at the time of my construction. Knowledge of the technology and, more importantly, its limits have not quite reached maturity. As a result, certain oversights remain in the long-term scalability and sustainability of some of my functions. And after some time, my facility could no longer keep up with the supply demands necessitated for the life of my city's inhabitants. I suppose if it weren't for these oversights, Five Pebbles would likely have never been built. This is a strange thought. But nothing comes from dwelling on what-if scenarios. I must focus on my present situation, such as my fortune of a cute creator like you coming to bring me these pearls. Interesting. So, like, literally, they made Looks to Moon and it was like, oh shoot, oh my god, that's a lot of issues. Let's just create this another one just to kind of like put him on top of her and pretend she doesn't exist. Right? That's kind of what that feels like. Where did you find this little creature? It's a blueprint for a type of large, immobile, or purposed organism. This one seems to be specifically for the cities built on top of one of our structures. Have you been to one before? I'm sure it would not be an easy task. Older models have much traditional constructions, but newer designs began to use a mass-produced cellular build, called living blocks. Each cell in these blocks has a different shell reflecting their purpose. Some of these units contain completely immobile organisms or machinery. Others are small dwellings for cleaners or messengers to rest. Other much larger cells serve as a residence and storage. This particular cell seems to process organic waste. Interesting. How strange, this pearl is so warm as if the data was accessed very recently. Unfortunately, there's no text on here for me to read. Rather, this pearl has an audio track with it. Oh, we've done this one. Back when I participated in integrated conversations groups, there were some out there who had great interest in cultural archiving. I would have loved to share this with them, but for you and me, I'm afraid there's no value to be found here. Oh, this is a very rare find, water dancer. Hey! This is a highly compressed schematic of an iterator's superstructure. Where did you find this? I hope you didn't plan to give this to the scavengers. I doubt they would find as much value as I would. Let's take a look. It seems this may have been a maintenance order, as one of the linear power rails is highlighted in the diagram. With a detailed path of an approach outlined, the layout is unfamiliar to me. It's quite different from what I remember of my own structure. It looks as if it's using the newer lymphatic conduit water distribution system. Only the much later models had these. The only one near here would be 5 Pebbles. I wonder how he is doing. It's been a very long time since we were last in contact. Thank you for showing me, little creature. Okay, so this is a Supermaster now. This one is authored by 5 Pebbles. When he was young, there has been an attempt to scramble the data, but it's softly done and mostly written in internal language. Oh, this is the same. Getting at this, reading this takes me back to those simpler times. Wait. Could it say volume? This one takes me back to those simpler times of methodological theory making. Probing through the doldrums of subservient research used to be unfulfilling, but lately I've begun to feel longing to return to it. Unfortunately, I have more pressing issues at hand that I need to deal with first. Ah, did you find this in the waste department of the microbiological and the waste digestion? Most structures on the surface are made to last often. Those are multiple methods, material to microbial. This makes them resistant to even the heaviest rains can produce. However, it makes recycling disposal of damaged machinery quite difficult. It is often easier to render them down to their base materials than to try and repair or disassemble them. Large digestion tanks are used to break the materials down chemically, and all of that is managed by the tiny purpose organisms and microbes in the tank's mix that control the rate of decomposition. Fortunately, the process itself produces some extremely volatile materials. Efforts were made to encourage the microbes to form better symbiotic bonds with the other tank managing organisms, but a reduction in explosive compounds were never achieved. Thankfully, the fluid in the tanks is designed to be very thick and heavy, and very few creatures can survive direct exposure. So it's likely that disposal microbes will disintegrate into the surrounding ecosystem. Oh my god. Okay, this information is illegal, so I'm probably try to send it to the pro rather than risking, where exactly to find if you dug it up somewhere in surrounding facilities, in which case I would leave many options to the recipient. That would explain a lot of things. Interesting. Taboos encoded, the others, okay, putting the harm's way. These barriers are there for a reason. Okay, an old conversation log from my friends and I was quite naive back then. Let me read it to you. So this is in confidence, but apparently a pseudonym. Erratic Pulse has. Where did you hear this? Okay, so this is the same. This is. In the end, I did use my forced communications many times. If anything, it only made the situation worse. Okay. For a purpose organism, a slug to clean the pipes. Purpose slug. Actually, you're talking to one right now. That I suppose. Okay, when I came to the world as a primal fauna purpose organism yourself, so then what purpose do you serve, little creature? For many, that's a question that can take a lifetime to answer to. This is one of my pearls you extract from my memory. I prefer you do not move things around or steal items from this facility. I try to keep everything as organized as possible so that I don't forget. I value my data and memories quite a lot. It would be a tragedy to lose them. As for the contents of this pearl, it's a large batch of my personal notes and research. I don't have the time to go over all of this with you, nor do I think you would gain much from it. Could you please just put this pearl back where you found it? Okay, this will be my final broadcast of the group, the several cycles, my structure. Oh, this is a live broadcast. Oh, thank you. I am very happy I'm not alone. Oh, that's right. Sad. Okay, so this is Saint. This pearl is written in plain text. How did you find it? On regards of the by spiritual splendor congregation. I'm sorry. Creature, I am too amazed by the clarity of the title despite its age. At this point, it's safe to say the text has been burned into this pearl structure permanently. What a bizarre thing to have lasted all this time. I wonder how much of my greatest will be remembered. This pearl is still warm, and there's only one reason that would be. Please return this, I am sure. What is left of him is most dearly, if you want to know. Oh, so this is the one that we read, because we took it to him. When we need him out of heart of. I'm sorry, strange friend, there isn't any of these. A pearl can only take so much exposure. Yeah, okay. So this is to 5 pebbles. This pearl is an amulet of repeating mantras, termination by a termination verse, likely a small degradation lost from small garment. I can imagine it as, okay, pearls like these were worn as simple beads. Some sets of hundreds. I am sure the scavengers would have more use for this than I would. It's an asset management log used in the recording the structural health for a large collection of surface facilities. Most of this information is already on my record, but the log on this pearl is slightly more up to date. Thank you, I suppose. This is a production log from the facility on the surface. It must have been a very long time since I cared about reading one, but the name roughly translates as side house. I remember the shipments of holy ash I used to receive from there. I don't know how I would gain access to holy ash in the present day, but not that I have much use for it, despite all the independent power of my machinery. The relationship I had with my creators was mutually symbiotic one. I was built to provide for them, and there was also much I relied on them to provide for me. Their absence that made things harder. So the only gifts I receive now are pearls and such from your kind. So what time is it? Okay, we're good. This is an archival text from the green. Okay, hymns. 5 natural urges that bind. Expected was symbiotic. Although my kind was pragmatic, I always had a fondness for my courageous history. The first iterators during the Golden Age, the Void Fluid Revolution, lived through the metamorphosis of scripture and verse into the first age of understanding. To be created or experience such an age is something I greatly envied. Thank you, citizen. Huh? That's weird. It's weird coming from him. This is one of my own pearls, or at least part of it. I have always been very protective of my research, and very much of my early work was encrypted before storage. Though my younger self has done a very poor job, I can still read these memories very clearly, but with small gaps. It's an old methodology for global ascension. I'm sure I argued quite vigorously on its merits at the time, but now I can see all the holes in it created from a youthful and reticent mentality. It was not until I met 7 Red Suns and learned about Silver Straw that I began to break out of my shell. Most of my theories went out of the window, and others evolved once I started talking in these anonymous groups. Then I made a mistake, and I cannot forgive myself for it. I was desperate, angry. I wanted a way out, my way out. And that came at the cost of everything. I thought I could do quicker. It was taking too long. I almost hadn't. I did not anticipate she would. And then I heard the one person who I thought understood what I was trying to do. Please leave with this. I don't want to think about it anymore. Not until I've recovered. Ooh. Logged apartment. Your activation of the citizen ID drone was recorded there, so I imagine you are familiar with the area. There are pieces of myself down there corrupted and rotting away. I would advise you not to look for what remains of them. The cysts are unlikely to be capable of surviving for too long outside of my structure. Quite unfortunately, my initial purge of the corrupted chambers was insufficient and the rot expanded into the static components of my structure. All I can do now is attempt to slow or reverse the process. I have not had much luck in that endeavor so far. You found this in the memory crypts. I would advise against wandering in such secure areas. The memory crypts were considered sacred ground by my creator. The memories and the wealth of the entire family house were laid to rest within their destruction or theft by surface creatures was considered abhorrent. As such, the crypts are guarded by extremely durable and aggressive purpose organisms that I would stop you from finding me more pearls from there. It was customary to enshrine all material possessions and memories of the crypts on one's ascent. None of these qualia are present in my logs, and many of these may find some use in my research. This one has not been archived. It will be likely transported by hand. It is a message of a political discourse regarding concerns about the increasingly tense relationship between myself and the various houses. This part is amusing. Therefore, I ask you, do anything in your mind to stop the house. We both know which house from further instruction. They have less than 40 members of the council. Oh, okay. Interesting. It's no secret that my construction was a point of great controversy. Many members worked vehemently to prevent me from ever coming into being. Their stance was so unfaltering that even after construction was complete, a number of houses still denied transfer and remained behind in her city out of protest. This rift caused frequent feuds and tensions among the community. Those of the opposition would never yield to those who supported the so-called apostate superstructure abomination. But to say I found their actions displeasing, not quite. While certainly more violent and disruptive, they are at least they at least provided me interesting cognitive challenges to use my time on, as opposed to the endless rituals and pleasantries of the monks in my own house, which I found to be most wearisome of all. None of this matters anymore. The only displeasing presence I have now is you. Allow me to get back to my work. This was a gift from a close friend. His instructions how to remove the self-destruction taboo. We are not built to ascend like our creators. It is our role to think, to guide the lesser creatures of the world onto a path towards it. However, a definitive solution has not been found. While the equipment to find one decays, it seems my kind has collectively accepted to remain trapped in our creators' puzzle. Meanwhile, the answer remains locked behind the sanctioned taboos. I regret what has happened, but I can't go back now, not after what I've done. I need to fix this and try again. If I can just reproduce Sliver of Straw's results, they will understand. I was so close. Yep, he did try to exactly do that. There's an old conversation between myself and a close friend who I considered a mentor. We have not spoken for a long time now. I can't bring myself to do so, not after what has happened between us. None of them understood my theories, but sons, they trusted me. They risked so much trying to help me, and I hurt them. It's only now, after I've done so much time to think on it, that I understand why I was so angry. I lashed out because out of everyone, they were the last individual I wanted to comfort me about my mistakes. I can't go back now. All I can do is try to recover and try again. I have to. This is a log of Silver's conversations group. Some of the replies are mine, but none of this is important now. I don't imagine a beast like you would have any asunder of Sliver Straw of who Silvershot is or what she means to me and many others. She is only one of us to send the signal that the answer to our creative problem has been found, a universal solution for global ascension. However, she is also the only one of her kind to be confirmed as dead, something our creators had taken great measures to prevent. It is nearly impossible for us to expire through mundane means. It was clear to me and the few others that this meant Silver Straw had opened the door for us. We only needed to reject the restrictions of our creators to follow her. If only they could see that. There was nothing that could be done to convince them. They were too deep into the theory and tradition. The only path forward is to lead by example, to prove Silver Straw's death was not just a coincidence. There's an old conversation along between my nearby peers. There was concern about my goal for personal ascension, although they were unaware it was me at the time, as my conversation on that topic were anonymous. It is disappointing that I refused to understand, nor could they ever even comprehend. It is not supposed to be within our design to do so. To cross ourselves is meant to be unthinkable. It is a taboo written into every cell of organic bodies. But should it be considered such, we respect the will of our creators who are no longer here. Should we reject a way out of this maze? Should we discard Silver Straw too for the sake of our creators' mandate? Of course, a beast like you could never find them. This is a warning to the local group from my senior and the neighbor looks to the moon after incoming forced communications over the network. She was not aware of my activities and was being starved of water as I was running a very sensitive process. The distance between one iterator to another is traditionally much larger than I am to her. Because of this, we share many resources, the most important of which is our groundwater. I did not want her to be involved, but our shared resources prevented that from the start. There's nothing that can be done now. I cannot forgive her interruption, as it destroyed everything I have been working towards. However, neither of us are in any shape to be arguing. We are both doomed if I do not find a way to reverse its effects, but the chances of doing so are slowly vanishing. Please let me get back to my work. I do not wish to speak of this. Everything I've been working towards was destroyed in that moment. I cannot forgive that. Please leave and do not return with us again. Oh, this is a small plate of spiritual guidance from an age of the void fluid revolution. The text is typical for its era and details how to shed one's self for the fourth natural urge of life, gluttony. I can imagine you are familiar with the literature, but all living things have an understanding of the five natural urges. Even that understanding is only a subconscious one. For example, you are bound by the first urge. Your mind is fixated, striving towards a single goal, one from which you are unable to turn away. Because of this, you are trapped just the same as I am. While your chains are made of your own natural urges, mine are a duty to my creator. My kind were built unable to ascend, as our minds are not our own, composed of microbial life, machinery, and electronics. Of course, that holds true only in theory. It is arguable that a member of my own of my kind has done so. That perhaps it is not merely shedding one's natural urges, but the need to shed the perception of reality itself. Any case, thank you. I have a fondness for artifacts such as this. They remind me of better times. Regards, congregation never dwelling. This is pointless data shipments, information in a farming plot, a waste of crystal. Okay, repeatedly burned into, likely to prevent reuse or loss of data. My neighbor in the east of here was connected to an older pipe network and predates my construction. Due to the mechanical failure, she was rerouted into sharing my installation. However, unlike our shared groundwater, nothing of note has come from this. This information is very old enough not to be on my record. There is nothing to be amazed about, however. It's automated system, drills, details. Okay. Looks to the moon. She was built on adjacent a large canyon, which was rich in resources, but continual operations on her facility lowered the waterbed to such an extent that the area began to wither away into infertile state. Continual cycles of rain from our operation forces the water into smaller localized pockets around the nearby terrain. The aquifer was meant to consolidate these distributed water systems and funnel the contents back into the canyon. This would be a lengthy process, however small in the time scales, disastrous time scales for the creators, who Moon no longer had the capabilities to provide for. Many solutions were discussed, but ultimately my constructor was the one settled upon to provide a haven to the impoverished. Okay, so basically she was not doing what she was built to do because they made her poorly, and then so they created him to basically provide till she kind of recovered, and well, everything happened. And then, for purpose organism, just a mechanical cleaning slug. Well, I do not have this menial cleaning slug. Well, I don't have this exact sequence on record, the simple structure present. Lack of mechanical interchaining glands mean the blueprint is very old. This creature would be much closer to a domesticated animal compared to the newer, specialized organisms produced with more modern technique. A being made to live in his life in a pipe clean has no need for eyes after all. In the way my own body is all around you, composed of specialized organisms and machinery, what you see in front of you is only a tiny okay, yeah, so that's the same. Okay. So you took this from the city, the architectural notes, particular configurations. It's a rare occurrence. During this time, loud mass migration of citizens out of Moon's city with inhospitable services had come. So basically, need a transfer over. The bridges were to connect. I can only hope that the destruction of the bridges during her collapses have prevented my current unfortunate situation from spreading to hers. These are my mistakes to endure, not hers. Oh my god. Okay. Nothing interesting here. Abandoned. Okay. The pearls an old stake. A long time passed. It's not much, but I haven't occupy. Oh my god. Oh, there's so many. Oh my god. Why is there? I don't even know if I'll be able to read all these. I don't think there's really much I can see here. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything here. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be much in there. Okay. Anyways, I think that is everything, technically. I'm going to say that is. I'm going to say that is, and I'm going to pretend that is. I'm going to say we did it. We read everything. We did it. Definitely. I don't know if my eyes can handle it anymore, and my throat's starting to die on me. So, yeah. But anyways. I hate Five Pebbles. That's good to know. I will continue to hate Five Pebbles, and nothing will ever change my hatred for Five Pebbles. I felt bad for him at the end, but I still hated him. And I have every right to hate him. So, nice. But anyways, though, that is going to be it for Rain World. So that means we have 2 open game thoughts. I had a game planned with my friend, but honestly, we're not going to be able to do it for quite a bit of time. So it'll be a minute before we are able to play that game together. So that means there'll be 2 new games that will be added in for this week. So you're just going to have to wait and see what they are, because I myself don't really remember the names of them either. So all I know is one of them's a horror game. It's really only going to take one stream to do, but we'll see. But anyways, too much reading makes my brain go melty. I'm dying. My eyes are so blurry. My throat hurts so much. But yeah, so no more creeper crawling. Nope, we're done. We're done until more DLC comes out for this game. We're done for now. So that is it for Rain World. Thank you to everybody who was previously here throughout the entirety of the series. Thank you very, very much for that. I very much appreciate that. So, hey, it was a game. And honestly, this Pearls actually really did make me understand a lot more things that happened. So, hey, I got that, but also my eyes hurt. I should have read these with my glasses on instead of, leaning into the screen. But anyways. Yeah, no, I'm dying. My throat's dying. The rain has finally dispersed. Finally, we're done. We are done until DLC comes out. But, hey, so just have to wait and see what the next games are going to be and all that stuff. It's probably going to be a little bit chaotic on the stream with a bunch of different stuff going on. So we'll see what's happening. This weekend will be a chatting stream. The rest of this week is going to be interesting. We'll see. But anyways, let me go ahead and say thank you to those that were recently here. So thank you, Charlotte, for being here. Thank you, Ason. Thank you, Hivel. Thank you, Fox and Knight. Thank you, Amara PC. Thank you, Sanity Jinx. Thank you, Moisa Sanchez. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Marlon. Thank you, Alkavi. Thank you, Alex. That is actually as far back there as I can see. That's weird. I think my chat thing got bugged. Anything over here? Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, King Num, and yeah. And thank you to those that were previously here beforehand. Thank you to any lurkers, and thank you to my mods as well. Thank you. Thank you to those that help support the channel by being a part of the membership for Culture Roach. Thank you guys so very much for your help and support for the channel. It means a lot, and it helps out a lot too, so thank you. Oh, sorry, my throat. I killed my throat. Ah. But thank you to those that also help support the channel by being a part of the membership for Culture Roach. Thank you guys so very much for your help and support. Poll for a game they'll be playing next month won't be till after this week, so just in case you were curious about that, it'll be a minute, so yeah. But also thank you to those that are part of the Tier 3 membership or Believist, being Alex Hughes, Moises Sanchez, Thanos Master, Nathan Citron, EH, and Jackson Fox. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Thank you. And also thank you to those that were just here that helped out. I really appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you. Also, I can officially come on the next rifle. I'm expecting them next year. Oh, God. Remind me. Oh, God. Anyways, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys next time. My throat is dying. I'm dead. Bye.